better Hey, we the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride on my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride on my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride on my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
Hey, we the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride on my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride on my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride on my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
Hey, we the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride on my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. That's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. That's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. That's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. That's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. That's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. That's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin.
Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
Shalom, 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 Israel, shalom, Most High Christ bless, Most High Christ bless. Welcome to Patient Saints Radio. In the house we have
Digging y'all up.
Digging Malachi, Captain Shemaiah,
Officer Carmela.
Officer Fillion.
Officer Philin,
Officer Fillion.
Sister Naomi.
The substitute teacher.
I'm the substitute.
The kid's gonna be bad today. No.
Nobody listen to the substitute teacher.
So where's that sister that's filling in?
She's in Tennessee, sir.
No, I'm talking about the one who replaced her.
Where's the sister feeling?
Yeah, I got the message over to her late, man. That was my bad. See, the tech team.
I saw put your sisters up front.
It's not too late. Right. We have some on security.
They get on there and freeze up. And you be like, you know.
I don't know.
We scrutinizing the selection process even more.
Even more
But
now.
that did come up. A couple of young ladies asked me yesterday, like, what's the next process to fill in the empty slot?
Really?
For PSR. So yeah, there are a couple of sisters.
So you just kept that to yourself, huh?
I'm telling you now, sir.
During the
Not
live show.
yesterday when we could have said,
Not
you know
yesterday.
what? Come try tomorrow.
Exactly.
See how,
Yeah.
Tell you today on the show.
You right, and I was with my pantry, but okay.
You
Okay.
see that? You heard
Yeah.
you heard the other part? The you right.
Yeah.
But
okay.
right.
I was on time
We
yesterday.
appreciate you.
I
She
was on
finding
time
all the
yesterday.
highlights of a Sabbath, but I was on time.
I was on time.
Right. And I'm not on the tech team. That's gonna be the excuse.
Yeah, that's
At
definitely
least-
an L.
Hey, I messed up, but at least I'm not on the tech team.
Hey, I downloaded the video.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you downloaded it today.
all praises, all praises, all praises.
Okay.
Like I ain't hear nothing in
Sometimes-
Sabbath but that. Like I heard look, walk in.
Sometimes
So Deacon Yawasa,
you
what's
can't
going
rely
on?
on the Apple computers.
You can't rely on Apple
Sometimes.
stuff.
Sometimes.
Oh,
This guy's an avid Androidian.
Avid
Didn't
Microsoft.
we-
He want the virus.
Listen. Didn't we just bought a brand new
Yes.
system here?
Yes.
So what the hell happened to it?
Your guess as good as mine, Deacon. But we came to the root of the problem. It's not the system error. It was the user
Operator error.
The operator error.
The Apple.
okay.
Yeah. And no,
But-
even by the Apple, brother.
No.
But Cap, the system we bought
That's
is
what
not
Christianity says.
Cap. The system we bought is not Apple.
Right. You're right. It's not. It's not.
Why are we not using our system? Why are we using somebody else's system? I don't get it. What is wrong with you? I don't get it. We bought that system specifically for that. What? This is the thing I don't understand with your brothers. Your brothers come in, just change shit around without telling none of us. I don't get it with y'all. And seriously, I'm serious. I don't get it with y'all. You guys cannot just come in somebody's house, just change stuff without telling us what's going on.
Right.
We bought a system specifically for that. You guys just come in and change stuff. Now everything messed up because you guys not telling us nothing. You guys just change things. I don't get it with y'all, man.
You like this one?
Somebody said, "I bet y'all miss Alicia and his fanny pack."
That was Alicia.
Hey, Officer Alicia called me.
Laugh about fanny pack now.
Officer Alicia had called me yesterday sounding depressed.
He was like, "What y'all doing,
Yeah,
bro?"
he called me. He was like, "Man, what y'all doing over here? Y'all making me look bad." Man. He was depressed. You gotta blame it. You gotta blame it on the Apple.
But yeah, that was a heavy class Bishop brought out yesterday.
Yeah.
All praise.
I get to watch it today. I watch Sabbath class on Sunday.
That's what I do.
Okay.
So as you can see, Captain Amaziah, Captain Ye,
Barnabas.
Mighty Captain Barnabas, Sister Iona. Well, everybody on vacation?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
They getting their pre Passover movements in.
That's what it looked
Hey, everybody
like.
trying to get that Passover money up. They like, look here.
Yeah.
Let me show.
So yeah, I gotta work a couple extra hours, man. Gotta pay for
Room.
I have no idea what's going on, man.
yeah.
So what's going on during the week, Cap? What happened? I was I want to jump on something right away.
Mm-hmm.
We was just talking about it before the show started. With that interview Oprah had with this what's her name?
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle with
Meghan
Prince,
Markle.
Prince Harry, right? What caught me with this thing is that I don't. This is what I understand. Maybe somebody help me out. When you read the scriptures, because I believe in the scripture. I don't care what men say. When you read Malachi, Most High God basically tell you, well, actually not Malachi. When you read that scripture that says his spirit is not right in him. Mm-hmm. But this is what I don't get. Why we still thinking not all Esau is racist? I have no idea.
Right.
Because they love them.
Come on now.
For some reason, for some ungodly reason, we got this mentality. Black people got the mentality. Because Esau married a black woman, he's not racist. Because a black man married a white woman, she's not racist. Mm-hmm. That is a matter of fact, au contraire, mon frère. Au contraire. That's not the case. Listen, the thing that's what's going on right now with Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, with that interview Oprah had, everybody's shocked. I can't believe it. I can't believe the queen is racist. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? They took everything by violence.
Right.
What 80-year-old white person ain't racist?
I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea.
Exactly.
What 80-year-old?
She built her kingdom in the back of the slaves.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally.
She was
For some
alive through
reason-
all of the
Yeah,
races
all
and
of
stuff
it.
you know about. She was alive.
Yes.
Remember we did the show. Remember she wore the brooch? She wore
Yeah.
the brooch
Yeah.
of the Moors.
Mm-hmm.
And if we went into the history that Britain pillaged Benin, it pillaged much of Africa and took all of its riches back to the UK.
Yeah.
And that's where Britain gets a lot of their money from. It's from pillaging the dark nations.
Yeah, it was something like that with like some of the crown jewels or
Yeah,
something. Or
yes.
like a year so back. They were
You know
like,
what
give us
people
our
don't
stuff
realize?
back. They're like, yeah, right.
You know what people don't realize? Europe don't produce nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Potatoes and meat. That's
They don't
all.
produce
That's all them Esau's over there. eat.
Everything they got, they exported.
Yeah.
And
Imported.
they imported, I mean. And when they went in the Congos taking all these golds,
Yes.
it's funny when you go to Africa how poor they are, but when you go to Europe, the country is built up. And you're thinking, that's where they get the money from. They took it from them. But for some reason, black people still thinking not all of them is racist. I don't get it.
Because they hunch one or two.
You gonna
on 'em.
learn today.
I don't get it.
They hunch one or two on 'em. That's it.
I thought about that question that you asked, Deacon. How is it that our people still can't believe that these people are racist and evil and the rest of it? You know, indicative of this article that we're showing up here on the screen. You know, one of the reasons why our people just cannot see reality is because of Stockholm syndrome.
Yep.
Okay.
We know the deal. We know they're evil as hell. We know all about that. But Stockholm syndrome prevents you from seeing the reality and accepting the reality that these people are exactly the way they are. So when things happen, the shock comes in. The shock is a shock of truth. That's what the shock is. Like when they actually bite you like a snake really bites you, you stand back and say, why did you bite me?
Right.
Because you already know they're supposed to do that, but you've put the reality out of your mind. But then the reality comes back and bites you.
You know what that'll be deep?
Yeah.
And how they, with the crazy part about what you said, the Stockholm syndrome make us blame us.
Absolutely.
We'll go,
Exactly.
but you know, we just as evil. We're like, bruh, he just hung your auntie and your granddaddy. But you know, we do evil stuff too. He be like, bruh.
And
That has nothing to do. Exactly.
And you know
That's how we are.
You're right. And you know what's deep about that? Is because we don't know where our power is.
Right.
And if a people feel powerless, they're going to always victimize themselves so that the oppressor will take it a little bit easier on us. Listen, we're not blaming you for killing my parents, for killing my daughters, for killing my fathers and all that. We still love you anyway, so please have some mercy on us because we have no power. We have no strength. We have no unity. We have no nothing.
Say, granddaddy was in the wrong for talking back. He should-
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's how we feel.
That's exactly. That's you see. That's what. Remember what happened in South Carolina with that devil walking that church?
Yeah.
Some black people saying. Some black
Right.
people saying that's their fault. They should have never opened the door.
Right.
Right.
Or just
I'm
like
serious. That's how we are.
remember Botham John when he was shot in his apartment
Eating
by
ice cream.
Yeah.
by what was her name?
Amber Geiger.
Amber
Geiger.
Geiger. And how his family forgave her and hugged her in the courtroom.
That's
So it
it
goes
right
right along with what Deacon says. What we do is we're so easy. That is a part of that Stockholm syndrome. Is so easy to forgive your captor,
Right.
because the Stockholm was they were held in Stockholm, Sweden,
Right.
Bank
during a
robbery.
bank robbery.
Right.
Same thing now. So when the captors hold us captive, we're so quick to forgive them. Like, you know what? He was just passing by and happened to put me in chains
Right.
and shackles.
Right.
And I forgive him. Or you killed my son, and before my son is even buried, I forgive you. Are you freaking kidding me?
Right. Any act of benevolence just causes them to forget. That's what the Stockholm think. This, you know, if you turn around and just be nice to them just a little bit, you forget all of the atrocities of years, and that's what we wait for that. We'll wait for that.
We looking for
We
you
look
looking for the stimmy.
Like, exactly. That's it right there. Looking for the stimmy. Prince Harry, so-called Prince Harry, he go over there and dance with the people in Jamaica.
They like, look, he love us. He one of us.
Right. He
Watch
was
him
one of
dirty
us.
wine.
Then he basically called the baby nigga.
Right. Right. Hey, what's you call it? Bill Clinton smoked some weed and played a saxophone. We called him the
Right.
first black president.
Right.
That's all it takes.
We crazy.
It's like, what?
But
my,
Cap,
my problem is we too often forget that, like, because we and when we are teaching in the streets, we talk about the Jewish people all the time, but we forget to talk about the British people or the Irish people or the Danish people. You have other cultures that have the ish on the name of it as well that stole our culture. So we too often forget. We see Prince Harry and all these different what we perceive to be nobility, and they're accredited for being that way, but they take and steal culture from us.
You know what's amazing about that statement that you just said about the British, the English, all these different issues, and we get caught up in all that so-called division. They're all Edomites. They're all the same.
Exactly. They all.
That's my
Esau.
point. That's exactly my point.
We get tied up in this.
That's exactly my point, Deacon. When you're reading this article, because they said black woman is going crazy over there in England. They're defending her. And by the way, she's not black.
No, she's an Edomite.
She's not black. Just like that vice president. But our people, for some reason, they always, because I think her mother is
Her
black.
mother's Puerto Rican. Her daddy,
Her daddy's an Edomite.
So listen, it's go by the seed of your father. There is no such thing as I'm half this, half that. That's nigger talk. That's niggas think like that. Nigga thinking I'm half Irish, I'm 30% this, I'm 7% African. Nigga, please. Nigga, you a nigga. Nigga. Cut it out.
He said, cut it out.
Cut it out. Stop it. She's white. She's just so-called white.
She's just too dark.
Yes.
Right.
Now,
teeth ain't crickety.
what's so crazy is but you know why we think like that? It's a mindset. The mindset, the way Esau program us, Esau wants you to believe the French white man is different from the American white man. The British white man is different from the American white man. The English, the Polish is different. For example, when you look at New York, majority of the police force in New York is what? Irish. They want you to believe. They want you to believe the Irish and Amalek, the so-called Jews, they're not the same white people. They're the same white people. Their father is Esau. But because of that mindset, that's why we got that mindset. When we see this happen in England, we go, that can happen anywhere else. The people the white men in France would never done that. Are you serious? No. You crazy? They're all the same.
Tell that to the $1 billion they took from Africa over the last couple of years.
To Guinea.
You know, in the scripture, we the only one who think like that because Esau build our mind like that, program us like that. But most I God tell you, in the Bible, they are the same people. Don't let them fool you. They're the same people.
That's the reason why there's so much opposition against this truth, because this truth is turning the television off. It brings the reality to our people about what this Bible is really saying about them. Okay, and that they are the chosen, that they do have, that our people do have a power, that we do have a force that's out here to build and protect us. But we don't want to accept that.
Nope.
And our enemies don't want us to get this. This is why, what's his name? Mark Hitler.
Reiser.
No, his name is Hitler.
Okay.
His name is Hitler. So-called vocab Malone. He is basically Hitler. He's doing the exact same thing that Hitler was trying to do.
Yeah, gotta kill the Jews.
That was his whole point. He said, if y'all don't get rid of these Bibles, we're gonna be in trouble.
Right.
That's the same thing that Hitler. What do they call him?
Vocab Malone.
Yeah,
Mark
vocab. I get them mixed up.
They look so similar.
They're so similar. I just keep mixing them up. Hitler is trying to get rid of the gospel. That's what he's trying to do. With the same thing like Hitler vocab tried to do in the 30s.
That's right.
But Deacon, it's ironic we're talking about Stockholm syndrome and the mindset of the average Jake that's not in the truth. We were literally just having this conversation with the ladies in security, and one of the comforts about us, especially being females, is that you gentlemen have the sense of the word, and we're not supposed to trust nobody. So like the first time I came to the school, I was like, wow, they check you out, they pat you down. That made perfect sense to me because I've worked in security, I've worked for the government. Like, I understand people come to harm you. And again, so we don't have the same mindset, but it's because of the Bible and you gentlemen bringing out the sense of the word while we think differently. And there's an added comfort, especially not just women, but again, whenever we go places, there's security. There's people that are looking out for us because we know that the world is against us. So we were literally just having that conversation. But when you're in the world, they don't have that common sense because of Stockholm Syndrome. But it's lifted because of the scriptures through you gentlemen.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
They
Hey,
lifted up off of me.
give me a favor. Read a couple of line on this article for me.
Missed Meghan and Harry's Oprah interview. Never mind. Among other explosive charges, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, discusses royal concern about her son's skin color and reveals the palace took away security protection for her family.
That never happened before. We ain't gonna provide no security for your niggas.
Hey,
That's
but
never happened before.
one of the royals ain't never left for their girlfriend neither
know.
and been like, hey, I still want to be royalty, but I don't want to hang out with y'all. They like, nah, use one or the other.
Can I break their TV screen for just a second? Sure. I just want to break up the TV screen just for a second. Can I just get one click? Quick? Give me Revelation 1, please. And then read what you just read again. And you tell them about these people are Christians and about Jesus and all that. Let's read the Bible. This is the reason why trying to get rid of it, trying to get rid of the gospel. They want to keep Christianity, but they want to get rid of the gospel.
Right.
They want to get rid of the Bible.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
Yes, sir. Read the top of verse 1, then jump to 14.
Verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants.
Which God gave unto him, gave unto John to talk about his son, the revealing of Jesus. Sweet Jesus. With these apologetics, all of these so-called Christians make me absolutely sick. They really do. With that garbage that they run out there with this church madness.
I like how you said garbage. To show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Jump to 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So the hair on Jesus' head was woolly and white. Go ahead.
His
hair was. Go ahead.
And his hairs were white like
And
wool.
his beard. Go ahead.
As white as snow.
Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Whites of his eyes red because he drank wine. Go ahead.
And his feet
and
like
his what?
And his feet.
His feet, meaning his skin. Go ahead.
Like unto fine brass.
As it was like brown. Go ahead.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if you took this brown and you burnt it in a furnace. So now we read about Jesus. Dark brown with woolly hair. Now let's go back to the Christian family. This is madness. And you got people mad at us for reading the Bible.
Yep.
This is how you break those daggone televisions.
Right.
Read that thing. I'm gonna lean back.
Among other explosive charges, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, discusses royal concern about her son's skin color and reveals.
So basically, they worried about Jesus' skin color.
Yep.
So what are they talking about, Christians? Go ahead.
I thought color don't matter.
Color don't matter. Here it is right here.
Royal concern about her son's skin color and reveals the palace took away security protection for her family.
So just imagine if she was giving birth to Jesus. Think about that. Correlate that. That's how they would treat Jesus.
Yep.
And we run around here talking about let's go to their churches, let's go to their Christianity, let's go to their. Our people are super stupid, following this Christian stupidity.
Right.
I just had to throw that in there. Let me lean back.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, Oprah's headline making interview of American-born Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, and her husband, Prince Harry, was nothing less than explosive, and it continues to reverberate days later. In a Sunday interview, Meghan says she endured constant suicidal thoughts that no one in the palace would help her. She and Harry...
That's what happened when you sleep with the dog.
Right.
Get away, please.
But that's how certain black women feel when they give birth to dark children.
Yes.
They feel like, oh, my child gonna catch so much hell. Some of them feel suicidal, talking about something. Let me lay down with the white man and get a nice looking baby with some straight, so-called straight hair and all that.
An accepted
the
baby.
same sickness.
Damn. In the Sunday interview, Megan said she endured constant suicidal thoughts and that no one in the palace would help her.
And this ain't no. This is like you was bringing out earlier, Deacon. This ain't no Israelite woman. This is the devil with a tan.
Yeah.
Right. That's all this is.
Yeah. She's a demon with a tan.
And they know it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they know and understand the seed of the Father, but they like, you still not, you tainted with that Israelite blood, and you over can't have it.
They know it.
She and Harry said a royal family member expressed concerns about how dark baby Archie's skin color might be.
Oh, Lord.
Harry said his father, Prince Charles, wouldn't take his phone calls for a while and cut him off from royal money.
Stop. I'm about to say something. Some of you are not gonna like it.
Go ahead.
About the cutting him off part.
Yeah.
There is certain culture. I'm going to give you an example. For example, Elam. Elam is the so-called East Indian. Elam, when you look at India, what you call it? India? India, they got this custom culture where they got certain class. They got
the caste system is what they call it.
Yes, they got a lot of class. If you're born in a certain class, you cannot marry to another class. They make sure of that too, by the way. If you marry to that other class, you can get cut off. They actually cut you off from the wealth. That's what he's talking about. Because you went and married this dark-skinned woman, the Prince Charles decided to cut him off. The royal family decided to cut him off. People might think he just get up and leave. No, because they not only do they want to provide security for them, they make sure he feel it. That's what they did. They actually cut him off from financially from the royal family. Now, I'm going to bring it back to us. I'm going to bring it back to us now.
I have a hard time calling him royal. I just do.
No.
I'm over here struggling.
I said that. I said that
Go
because
ahead.
I want to bring it back to us.
I'm going to lean back. But
I want to bring it back to
over here
us.
trembling because I just can't.
Keep calling them dirty dogs
A
royal.
bunch of damn thieves. Sound the word you
all
can
people
call them.
think it's a privilege.
I know they're not royal.
I know.
But this is why I
just
said
couldn't help
that.
it. Go ahead.
Now I'm going to bring it back to the Israelite. You guys remember what was the law was? God give us specific laws not
to deal with the nation.
to deal with the other nations.
Exactly.
Right.
For example, when you look at Nehemiah is the perfect book.
Right.
Nehemiah was so upset that when Nehemiah came in the land, Nehemiah was like, what the F is going on here?
Yeah.
Because Nehemiah never saw that before. Nehemiah was like, we ain't supposed to do this. What the hell is going on? So, the bloodline of the Israelite, we have a royal bloodline. Because when you talk about King David,
Right.
King Solomon, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, those are royal men. Those are a royal bloodline. That is why Mosai God give us specific laws not to mix the royal bloodline with filth.
Right.
So, in other words, those of you got children, if you guide your children the right way to the law of Mosai God, they decide to leave this truth, go marry that nation, cut them off. Yes, you have the right to cut them off. Listen, from now on, we cut you off. You don't come to my house. Listen, you get cut off. Whatever finance, you get cut off. We have to start having that mentality. As we painting come back to our true nationality, our true custom, we have to start living like that.
Be like, you embarrassed me with that.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
You got to go.
You got to go.
Well, the only thing that really fixes that is you got to know that your seed is royal.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as we don't know that we are royal and special and all that, we'll just lay down with any crayfish, with
Crayfish.
any we lay down with anything.
But and that's what they tell us in Sirach
Daggone
too.
bum living under the bridge, you lay down with him.
He like, you alive? Let's do it.
Yeah, I want to read something. Someone put it in the comments, and I happened to look it up. Japan actually has that law that Deacon just mentioned. It says Japan's imperial law requires a princess to leave the royal family after marrying a commoner.
Yeah.
Royalty cannot marry commoners. Princess Mako's aunt, Princess Sayako,
became the last royal to be stripped of her status when she wed a Tokyo city official in 2005. The couple met while both students at Tokyo International Christian University. So she was cut off from the royal family for marrying a government employee.
Wow.
Dang. Somebody said the same thing happens in Suriname.
Yeah.
If the Indians marry Israelites. They get cut off.
I'm sorry, Kamala. People making stupid comment. We never said Meghan Markle was an Israelite. What the hell's wrong with y'all?
That's why I see that.
She's Esau. We know that. We're not talking about like she's not Israel. We all know her father's Esau. You guys think you guys talking to stupid men?
She got a lot of you black women fooled though.
Yeah, she got a lot of black people fooled that she's black. She's not black. Just like a lot of you think Kamala, whatever the hell.
There you go, right there.
Think she's black. She's not. She's not Jake. She's not. Listen.
Barack Obama.
This is the thing. I don't know how many times we got to say this in this show. I don't know how many times. There will never, ever, America will never, ever put somebody in power like that with slave bloods in the vein. That's not never going to happen. I'm going to repeat that again.
Yeah.
America will not put somebody. You got to talk about the second most powerful woman in the world. America's not going to put a woman, somebody with slave blood. Just like you guys think Obama was. Obama is not no Jake. Obama's not an Israelite. You actually think if you got the slave blood in your vein, you cannot be president. You cannot be no vice president in this country. I don't care what you say.
And that's why those government officials always ask that.
Yeah.
Were your forefathers slaves or slave owners?
Yes.
They're making sure that bloodline has nothing to do with the Israelites.
Look, they try to make it look like they helping on the affirmative action side.
Exactly.
We want to make sure that we are giving the blacks a chance. Are you a slave? Yes. Ooh.
No.
Yeah, that chance wasn't really for you.
Can I get a script, D?
Huh?
Can I get a script?
Yeah.
Let's get Jeremiah 2:21. Since we specifically talking about the nobility. Or what we perceive to be nobility.
That's heavy.
Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 21.
Because Deacon just mentioned about the specific royal bloodline starting with Abraham, following all the way down. But then this particular scripture asks us a question. Go ahead and read.
Jeremiah 2 and 21. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine.
So now the nobility that we see in England, that's supposed to be us. He says that he planted us as that noble vine. Read.
Holy, a right seed.
So now the seed is pure. The bloodline is pure. The customs, the heritage, everything is pure, right? Read.
How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of the strange...
No, keep reading.
How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Because the law says that we're not supposed to mix that royal seed.
Right.
But we see Esau as favorable, especially both brothers and sisters. We see it as an accomplishment to mix our seed with other, not just Esau, but with other nations in general.
Right.
So that nobility that they have, that's supposed to be us.
Think about our women
We give it up.
that allow Satan to fertilize their eggs.
Right.
Think about that.
That's some
Deep.
Yeah.
That's some
You allow
crazy
Satan
stuff.
to fertilize the beautiful eggs that the Most High put inside our women. You're going to allow a snake to fertilize them.
So we become degenerate every time we seek acceptance and to be like those other nations. So like when the Lord say, envy thou not the oppressed, like we did the same thing with wanting a king. We wanted to be like the other nations. We
Always
see
wanna
they
be like
women,
them,
we want to
yeah.
be like the other nations and worship their God. So whenever we go into wanting to be accepted of these other nations, we do these degenerate things to ourselves.
And you take the seed, you take the bloodline.
And the scripture says, find your own sisters.
Yeah.
Find your
Right,
own.
yeah, that's what I
so
was talking
your
about in
own
Sirach.
seed.
So that
So
your
that
race,
your race
so that your race,
right.
be
That's
magnified.
how that's supposed to go. That's the education that our people need. So, go ahead.
But it's like Most High knows his people because it makes me think of the scripture where it says, how long are you going to be simple?
Right.
You simple ones. Because again, Stockholm, you see what these people have done to us from the beginning of the time. Why you still, again, why don't you know all skin folk, not kin folk? Why do you believe just because Obama's dark, he's us? Meghan Markle is us. They're not us.
They know that.
But it's like we're just simple.
Right.
We'll accept anything. Like it's crazy.
It goes
crazy.
back. I was holding Psalms. You was finished with that?
Yes, sir.
scripture?
Yes, sir.
Get Psalm. This is the reason why they do that. Get Psalms 83, verse 3 and 4. This is what the problem is. This is part of it.
Psalm chapter 83 and verse 3.
Yes.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They, meaning our enemies, like verse 2 says, they have taken crafty counsel. Crafty. You see, them words is heavy. That means all efforts were spent to make us stupid.
Right. Because stupid.
That's what it meant. All efforts, education, economics, media,
Or resources.
all resources. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And made us the hidden ones. We're the real Jews. We're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Even got so-called Negro preachers speaking against this. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
See, when we read that the name of Israel may be no more in their remembrance, we just leave it there. No. Israel being no more in your remembrance encompasses everything. Our culture, everything.
Like it
How we
completely
deal
erases.
with each other, right? How my sisters, my seed belong in her, not in the other nations.
Right.
And the other nations ain't supposed to be plowing inside our women.
Right.
All that goes into this. Go ahead.
You want verse 5?
No, that was it. That was it.
That's like in Ezra. Ezra said, hey, get rid of the babies too.
Exactly.
Send the babies and you know what? Everybody got to. You Israel, you could stay, but guess what? They got to go. You got to send everybody.
And hence, like you mentioned, their efforts. This is why they have taken media, all forms of media, to use their beauty as the standard of beauty. It's an effort because now you're giving the standard of beauty to a people you destroyed for hundreds of years.
Right.
So when they saw you on the porch drinking lemonade as they picked cotton and saw the comforts that you lived in, now years later, they are now the standard of beauty. You remember, like, yeah, they were on the porch looking lovely with the fan and the lemonade while we sweat and drinking a pint of water after 18 hours of work.
Right.
So the destruction process had to happen first, that whatever we're fed, we now willingly ingest.
They changed our reality. They changed our image. They changed everything.
They're like, don't this lemonade and fan look nice?
Yeah.
Don't you want to be a fan and lemonade drinker?
When you look like a white woman, you'll be able to get that lovely life. When you marry the white woman, you'll be able to get that lovely life. It's a package deal.
Right.
It's a package deal. When you envy the oppressor and choose their ways, this is the life Satan is promising you.
Right. That's that bow down and worship me, right? Like, if you change your nose, I give you everything you want, right?
Exactly.
Some of these scriptures, they go deeper than you think.
Yeah, I cut my nose off, ain't no problem.
When you read further down in the scripture, God's always giving you throughout the entire book who your enemy is. And number one, when you go to 6, it tells you Edom is the number one enemy of God's people and God.
Exactly.
So it's for you not to forget.
Exactly.
One day, Deacon Itham mentioned in class, he said, this is God's hit list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I put on here.
Yeah,
Hit
that
list.
is.
God's hit
Yeah,
list.
I was just thinking
hit
that.
list. And he has the number, he has who he's going to target first at the top of that list. Like,
Damn.
They got to get it.
I was reading that the other day. I be laughing when people be like, "Oh, we gotta forgive." I was like, "Y'all ain't never read the Bible." The Lord say, "Don't never forget what Amalek did. Don't forget what Edom did when you came that way." It's like Deuteronomy 25 or somewhere in there. He was like, "Don't never forget it."
But this is like I said before, our people know the difference because when it comes to each other, we don't forgive
we
each
don't
other.
forget it.
Nothing.
It be like, my granddaddy stole that money from me when I was 5. He'd be like, "Nigga, you 70."
out of my
Brother,
Christmas card.
accidentally bumped and scuffed my Air Jordans.
Right. Somebody at school take your pocket spot one Sabbath, and you looking at them crazy for the next
On,
2 years.
on the show, a couple times I mentioned how Kareem stole my damn G.I. Joes when I was a kid.
See that? And
I
you
ain't
still
never forget
remember that.
Still remember
You
this
still
G.I.
remember that. You traumatized. Who the hell was G.I. Joe? The white man.
Right.
Took my white man.
Damn, Deacon just cut me deep, didn't he? Deacon just cut me deep, didn't he?
Took my white man.
He went next level.
Yeah, you crying over your little white man toy, huh?
I didn't see it going that way, but it showed turned quick.
Hard left.
Yeah, that was a hard left.
You suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. He got Stockholm.
Oh, with G.I. Joe, his little bendy waist. Only the white man can bend in such a way.
Oh man, don't let it have a kung fu grip on it, boy.
Only the white man can grip kung fu elite.
White man. Oh Lord.
Hey, officer, give me the other article. The other one. Yeah, that one.
Took my white man.
I want you to play this. I want you to play this, man. This is right here. This is only one. This is only like 1 minute, right?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
This is
real quick.
crazy.
But it's heavy. It's heavy.
This
It's
is
heavy.
crazy. Go ahead, play it. No. Oh, you're gonna start over again, bro. There's no sound.
Sisters, play close attention.
You guys gotta hear this.
Children can't get a job. You hard on your luck. Now you gotta go to Uncle Sam. Go down before the slave master and pretend you don't have a man. Cause if you got a man, they won't give you no money. Am I right? Look at this, black man. You can't have a man in your house in order to receive help from the white man. So we know that you're not getting pregnant by yourself. Some man had to be there. But when you show up for help and assistance and money to the white man, the black man can't be at home. He's not willing to help both of you. So you go down there struggling with all your babies, force you into lying, stealing, and cheating. You got to become less of a woman to go receive help from the white man. But when you get your check and it's more than what he brought home, you have more admiration and love for the white man than you do for your own black man. This is by design.
Now, I want to say something about this. I know you guys, all of you want to say something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why we got to pray for destruction.
I
in our lives.
got a script.
Now, the scripture, Christ said, that's my favorite scripture. He said, a kingdom cannot be divided. In other words, what I am over the years, in my 50 years in this earth, what I realize is that's a deep scripture, by the way. A kingdom cannot be divided. If Satan cannot be divided against itself, or else he's going to fail.
The house divided
Against
cannot
itself
stand.
cannot stand. Now, I'm going to show you how deep that scripture goes. People don't realize this. The whole system, when these so-called forefathers written the Constitution of the United States, the whole system connected, everything connected, everything. Now, at the end, she said it was by design. It is by design. The whole system connected. I'm going to use one part of the system to give you an example. Esau come, he put the drugs in the black community, right? The black man take the drugs, he sell it to his own people, killing them. Esau come, Esau arrest them, right? Remember, the black man don't make drugs.
Right.
It was given to him.
Right.
He used it to kill his own people. Esau come arrest them. The black man, keep in mind, the black man destroyed many families with that drugs. Esau come, take the black man away, and destroy the black man himself. Put him in jail.
2 for 1.
Yes. After the black man did these 10 years, 20, 25 years coming out of jail, right? He went back to his wife and kids. Esau put in place, he cannot get a job. Keep in mind now, he did his time. Everywhere he go, he cannot get a job.
Right.
His wife go to the white man for help, right? With a bunch of kids. The white man say, okay, for me to give you help, that black man that just come out of jail, he cannot be inside that house. You got to get rid of him. The black woman come back and say, nigga, you got to go.
You ain't no good anyway.
You ain't no good anyway.
Yeah.
You been away. You got to go.
Hello.
That same black man, not only his life destroyed, he destroyed his children, destroyed his wife, destroyed. He went because he cannot get a job. Guess what? Now he's under pressure. His back is against the wall now. He went with these awesome old bodies, calling them back, start selling again. In other words, it's become a cycle. That black man went back to jail over and over and over and over. Those kids, they grow up hating that father, hating their father. Guess what? Chances, they're going to do the same thing their father did. Because the father was never in the household to raise them anyway, to be a man. The sister, the woman cannot raise them because she's too busy trying to make ends meet to feed them, to take care of them. So you see what Esau did? Esau, that generation, Esau destroyed the whole generation.
Hey.
And he's not only one. It's the same. It's more million of the generation. He destroyed like that. That's a system that cannot be divided against itself.
You forgot one part of that cycle.
Yeah.
You forgot one. You forgot
about
one
to
part of
think
that
it- right.
cycle. I'm gonna
Let me
tell
see-
you the
let me
part of
see.
that cycle.
I do it.
Let me see if you
That's
think
why
what
you
I'm
gotta
thinking.
add to it.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you the part of the cycle.
I'm missing something.
It's a part of the cycle that's gone. Once that old one realized that he can't make money selling the drugs because he go back to his old buddies, guess what he end up doing? Using the drugs.
Yeah.
Guess who end up selling them the drugs? His same sons. If it's not his son, it's his son's buddy. And then the son talk about my daddy ain't but a old dope head.
You just went heavy.
I'm talking about, and I'm only saying that because I've seen it with my own family. Like I had uncles that when I was young, they had businesses and I mean, they was
Same
like
here.
painters
Same
and
here.
carpenters and stuff. And I was like, dang, I want to be like them. We thought they was rich. They come through with their truck, throw us in the truck, take us to the beach. We be like, yeah, wicked crab balls with it because we was wicked. But bro, they was doing that kind of stuff for us when we was little.
But you had an example
Right.
to look at, right?
And then they get locked up.
Right.
They get locked up, come back out, can't get no job. Next thing you know, they don't live with their wife no more.
Right.
And they back in jail. They come back home, they try to start their business back up, but he driving on no license because he can't get his license
Right.
back. Back in jail. Come back out. Next thing you know, it's 4-5 years later. We damn the teenagers. He come back out. You like, oh, he's still over there with Frog them. Like, yeah, he's still in that same spot. Next thing you know, now they smoking, now they own the dope. And now I will cut my same age group. They the ones. Oh yeah, I seen your daddy on the ball field yesterday. Yeah, I went. And when he say I seen him on the ball field, that means
I just
you
saw
was
him
over there
drugs.
where they was selling them dope at. And
What you and Deacon Malachi just brought up and just kind of went deep in is explained in what we just read in Psalms. They have taken crafty. That's what I meant when I said crafty counsel.
That's that scripture right
all
there.
of those levels. That's why I said every resource was used. They thought deep on how to do that. Like when you was bringing up, what was the first part of what you mentioned again? Run the cycle again.
The cycle is
This is important. Go ahead.
the cycle is you got the black family. Esau come and put the drugs in the community.
He bring the drugs in the community. Go ahead.
The black men make no drugs. The black men don't own no labs.
Right.
Exactly.
Esau, the black man took the drugs, sell it to different families. He destroyed them. They become crackhead. They become addicted. Esau come, lock the black men up.
That's the part I wanted to get to. When he locked the black man up, he's gone away for years.
Yep, for years. Away from his kid, his wife.
So you got black men, the prison population went boom. The so-called war on drugs was all about that. It left a big hole
right,
in our families, in our communities.
like 20-year gaps.
20-year gaps of no fatherhood, no mentors, no stability. That in itself creates a whole plethora of problems.
Yes.
So all of those things was in their think tank, crafty counsel. And then, like you said, when he comes back, can't get nothing. Depression sets in. Despair sets in. I'm a man, but I can't do man things. Look at my son. Look at my wife. Look at this. Look, I can't do nothing for them. And then dope is ready to
numb the
take
pain.
me to numb the pain. And who's selling it to me? These same kids that grew up with no daddies.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is the
cold.
kind of mess that we're dealing with.
Damn.
And we playing games.
And it keeps you in a cycle of depression.
Keep you in a cycle of
does.
destruction.
Right, and so when they say that the thought of every one of them is deep. Like somebody thought if we do it this way,
Yes.
if we do it this way,
I know, hey, officer, guess, believe it or not, they sit on a table just like we sit
Think
right
tanks.
now.
Right.
They have
Yes.
think tanks.
Yes.
Can I
Do
get
you
a
know?
scripture?
Do you know Bill Gates? I don't know if you guys know that. Do you know there is certain men Bill Gates hire? A group of kids is hire.
Yes.
All they do is think.
Oh wow.
just
He
come
paid
up.
them. He paid them hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. All they do is come with ideas and think. That's
we
what they
was
do.
we was sitting there yesterday
That's why
talking about
Microsoft is
that.
the way it is today.
Well, we was talking about Esau's destruction and how he destroyed things, and we was like, who creates these things for Esau? And my answer was no. Esau sits around and thinks of it first, and
Right.
then he finds who can manifest what he's
Right.
thinking of. Those think tanks is him sitting around going, I want to find a way to destroy the. I need at least a 20, 30 year gap of nothing around. He was like, we got this crack. What that do? They
That's-
smoke it one time. They gone 15 years.
That's
Like,
Mark Reiser Hitler. It's the same. His agenda is the same thing. He wants to get rid of the remedy to fix that ugly history that we just brought up. That's what this Bible will do. It'll fix those problems.
Right.
He wants to get rid of this because he wants us to stay in destruction. So he ain't no different from the rest of these murderous Edomites. And got Negroes with him, talking about some urban apologetics.
To the point you just made, Esau thinks of it and gets those he needs to execute it to bring his thoughts to life. Micah 2:1.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Come on.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
When it says work evil upon their beds, that means
There you go.
they go into deep thought even in their sleep. You watch these movies when they jump out of their sleep and they're like, Eureka, I got it.
Yeah.
Literally, that is how it happens. And then when they have the thought, they have their think tank meetings, discuss it with others who have the same thought pattern of how to destroy the children of Israel. They're like, Bob, that's a good idea. Harvey, that's a great idea. Put all of that together, because when you think about it, the drugs was one thought process.
Exactly.
The guns.
The police system.
Exactly.
Yes.
The
Right.
judicial
The-
system.
yes.
The
All
building of the prisons.
Yes.
All of them
All
had
that.
They all connected.
They,
Right.
they all had these ideas in their think tank, and they said this is one collective idea that's going to destroy them.
Somebody's online?
Exactly.
What?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Put him through.
Put him through.
Ask him what he wants.
Shalom, Elder. Most High Christ
Hey,
bless.
Shalom, Elder Kanai.
Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless you and your family.
Shalom.
Shalom, sir. Most High Christ bless.
Oh, here you go.
Are we good?
Shalom, Elder. Most High God bless.
I can hear me laughing.
Elder,
Hey, shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Most High
praises.
Christ bless you.
how you doing, sir?
Hey, listen, all praises good in yourself. All praises to the Most High. Deacons, captains. Hey, Shemai, you look really smart with those glasses on. But listen, on another note, I'm listening to the topic today. Very informative, the things that you all are bringing out. Sisters, Most High in Christ bless you all too. Do I have a moment?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Go ahead.
Okay. So real quick, and what we're talking about at Esau's, understand something. In the beginning, the Most High gave us the understanding on the reasonings of men, how people think. And that's how we stayed ahead of our enemies when we kept the commandments. We understood that. They took that reasonings of men, what you call psychology and sociology, learned how to move the masses of people in certain directions. And because we are disconnected from the laws of God and the image of the true Messiah being black, and those things that's communicated to us has deceived us. Now watch, real quick. You were talking before about, Deacon made the point about us going to prison. And it wasn't just prison. It was going to Vietnam. They put us on the front lines in
Absolutely.
Vietnam.
Yes, sir.
We got caught up in the poppy fields on heroin. If we didn't die in Vietnam, and many of our young men that went there at 18 years old, children, according to the Bible, went to war on the front lines, came back as drug addicts, came back as alcoholics, if they even made it back.
Right.
When they made it back home, there wasn't a home to come to because of the point you were making concerning welfare. So the men
What's going on, brothers?
fear. What did those men do?
Elder,
They lay down and
Elder,
then place up another woman down the block.
Repeat the
They-
last
they-
word you said. You got cut off.
Your phone went out.
Your phone
It
went
said
out.
when the men came back, and they found right that you was at that part.
When the men
Came back from
Right.
Vietnam as drug addicts and all that.
if they made it back, yeah, alcoholics came back as drug addicts, and they weren't able to find work because nobody was hiring them. So they would have to stay out of the homes. So they laid their head down. Papa was a Rolling Stone. He laid his head down in another house, made babies there. The wife ended up hating him because those children were from another woman. It's a cycle, but they understood, like you were saying, deacons, they have think tanks. Now watch this real quick. I'm just going to quote something real quick. In Ecclesiastes, we read this all the time. 7 verse 7. Surely oppression makes a wise man mad. So he's a man who's oppressed, and all people were oppressed throughout our history here in America. And we weren't stupid. We know what was happening. But a gift destroys the heart. But they gave us welfare. They give us a stimulus check. And what happened? We become loyal to them. That's what welfare is. Welfare is to give you just enough to get by. To a point you become so dependent on them that you won't talk against them. One more. In the book of Sirach, Sirach 20, verse 29. Presents and gift blind the eyes of the wise, and stop his mouth that he cannot reprove. And that's why we have our leaders today, so-called leaders. The true leaders are you men. But these so-called leaders here in America, throughout the world, that are getting paid off to continue deceiving of people because those gifts are destroying them. But there's a new sheriff in town that's called the Israelites.
That's right.
And we ain't going for that. We ain't going for that.
The Most High, yes.
And Mark Reisa,
Yeah. Hitler.
listen, you're gonna bow.
Right.
You're gonna bow the knee. You're gonna bow the knee.
Right.
All praise to the Most High. Very good topic today.
All praise, all praise. Thank you for calling.
Thank you
for
man.
calling them.
Thank you.
All right. Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless you.
Now,
Man, y'all be having celebrities watching y'all show.
Hey, let me tell you something. On cloud nine, I'm like, yo, this is.
I'm
crazy.
surprised Labaka didn't try to call me this morning.
Don't worry, it's still time.
Let me tell you something, right? Now that was one branch of the system, but you know the funny thing is, one of you mentioned they set up the cops, they set up the judicial system, the judges, the lawyers. They set up, and the funny thing is, when that black man get arrested, they know damn well he can't afford a lawyer. What they did is they give him a public defender. The public defender say, hey, listen.
They got 40 cases.
Take the charge.
The public defender say, hey, plead guilty, we're going to give you 15, 20 years.
Take the plea deal.
Take the plea deal.
Now you got a record.
And guess what? The prison he locked up in, you got families like George Bush, Bill Clinton. They invest money
They
in
built
those
the
prison systems. They build this prison system.
Yeah.
Each inmate is like what? $90, $100 a day?
Probably more than that.
A day?
No.
What's so funny is this.
No, I think it's like $900 a day.
No.
Something ridiculous.
But what's so funny is this, though. This is how you know this place is.
Remember, Jesse Jackson years ago used to say you can either send them to Penn State or the state pen because he was making an argument that it costs so much more to lock brothers up
Then for
than
college.
to educate them.
Yes,
but
that's
the
what
white
I'm
man
about to
was
say.
saying,
Right. That's
the
what I'm
white
about to
man, the devil behind the scenes was like, listen, nigga, you just keep on doing what we need you to do. We handle the big stuff. We know it's more expensive, but in the long run, we're going to get a better payoff.
But Deacon, they continue to siphon on another level because when you have the inmate,
siphon.
yeah,
Big
because, suck the life out of you. Because when you have that inmate that's in there, because I had two sons that were incarcerated, so when they're making phone calls, that's money.
Yep.
You're putting money on their books,
That's money.
Oh, yeah.
and that's taking money from the other kids that I have because again, the dad's not in the home. For whatever reason. So it's like it never stops. They're always.
You know what's funny? You know why ramen noodles?
Somebody says $3,000 a month.
I'm looking at some right now.
You know ramen noodles, how it costs like 59 cents a pack? You know
Not
why
in
they can
jail.
make it so cheap? In jail, it's like $6 for that same
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah.
It's literally about it's like $5 to $6 for a pack of ramen noodles that costs 50 cents out here. So and if you think about the volume of prisons, now we're talking about state, federal, and private. There are 3 sets, and then those we don't know about, like your Guantanamo Bay type places,
Right.
or the Cape, or the down at the border. These places, they have contracts with these food vendors that provide the food for the prisons.
Right.
So the amount of money they're making just off the prison system far offsets what they're selling it out here to us for.
They
And
get
then
contracts with the underwear makers that make the white
Yes,
drawers,
yes.
that make the
Beds,
flip
the
flops, the
blankets.
mattresses, the toilet paper.
Yep.
All of that comes
Nike,
from.
by the way,
The
Nike too.
sinks.
Nike there deal with Nike to sell only Nike sneakers inside the jail. Well, listen,
And then-
this thing go deeper than you think, man.
Deacon.
it's
It says in California, the average cost is $81,000 per year to incarcerate an inmate.
Yeah.
Now,
So somebody's
$81,000 a
paying
year.
that cost. That's the
67
point.
And they don't give them anything.
$6,700 a month.
Right. The
Yeah.
cost is coming from us. We're being taxed with that cost.
Now, imagine you got 100,000 black men locked up. Somebody's getting rich.
That's too many millions to count it without no paper or calculator for me.
Now, let's move on to corporate America. That's what I'm showing you
It's
is
a system.
the whole
It's a system.
system connected. I'm gonna let's just move to corporate America. You know what? Forget about corporate America.
Before your statement.
Yeah, because I want.
Yes, you
Real
want to
quick.
read scripture?
According to the Federal
scripture,
Bureau
baby.
of Prisons, federal inmates earn 12 cents to 40 cents per hour for jobs serving in prison, and 23 cents to $1.15 per hour in federal prison industry factories.
That's
I
called
want to
slavery.
expound on
That's
that.
slavery.
That's slavery.
A lot of
That's modern day
the
slavery.
things that are manufactured are now being manufactured in prison. So let's say I own
Not China no more.
I own this phone company. To make my phones, I'm going to pay the prison a certain amount. So let's say $1 million a year. What they pay the prisoners to actually make them is about $50,000 a year. So the prison is keeping $950,000 out of that contract because they're not paying the inmates wages worth the hourly rate to offset that money that you're being contracted for.
Right.
So it's slave labor.
They said it's legal. And when you locked up, slavery is legal.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But Cap, another part of that is, let's say they work because there are other, like you say, huge companies that are in there. So that inmate can work for that huge company and they can produce this item. When they're out and they're no longer incarcerated, that same company won't hire them, even though they've already
Exactly.
developed that skill
Like,
set.
like those firefighters that
Yeah.
was putting
Yes.
up
Oh,
fires
in
out in
California?
That's a perfect example.
So them boys working in the forest
Use them.
fires.
Yeah.
And like,
Hey,
now
D,
you
can I get a script real quick?
No, hold on, hold on.
I think Deacon had a point.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on,
Just
hold
hold on.
on. Deacon got a point.
No,
go ahead.
When you were speaking about the slavery thing, the thing that you was reading that article,
Yes, sir.
the 13th Amendment, when they turned that around, they actually used that to make slavery even bigger.
Right.
The scriptures say, "Let us deal wisely with them." They dealt wisely with us and gave us a pseudo gift of freedom. But in reality, there was an article that I had read on the show a while back called that it said that America is much more richer now after slavery than when we was actually in slavery. So I'm talking about this is documented, and you just expounded on some of the factual statistics that we actually feel in our own lives. Forget about looking at data; we actually feel the effects of this robbery. Yeah, it's much more richer now after slavery.
Dang.
Yeah, they
That's
got double.
That's an actual article.
Yeah, they said they made more because you end up financing
So
your
we're
own
worse off
slavery.
now. Exactly.
Yes.
So they can sit, exactly. It's an engine.
Yes, yes.
Like
Hey.
perpetual motion engine.
Yeah.
Go ahead. After that, I'm going to make a point. Go ahead.
All right, because it's backing up everything we're talking about. Psalms chapter 120, and I think it's verse 5 or 6. Start at verse 6.
Psalms 120 and 6.
Because what we don't perceive is that all this whole system, everything that we're thinking about, from the judges to the cops, even the music industry, the jail, this is Esau warring against us. This is his form of war. That was the gift that Most High gave him. Go ahead and read.
Psalms chapter 120 and verse 6. My soul has long dwelt with him that hated peace.
Keep reading.
I am for peace. But when I speak, they are for war.
So now every single thing that we're doing, we so concerned about Meg Thee Stallion and what's going on in the rap community and what with the best clothes. But meanwhile, like Captain Shemaiah brought out, they have whole think tanks trying to figure out different ways to bring us down to the specifics of the prison industry and the cops and the judicial system and the music and the food. Every aspect of our life is governed because they're warring against us. This man was given war as his gift. So while we focus on a whole bunch of other nonsense, he's figuring out how to specifically keep us destroyed, and then even got us to the position of where we're destroying our own selves. With going back to what you mentioned about the drugs and selling drugs to each other.
You know what's funny? I never knew about redlining and benign neglect until I came into the truth.
That's war.
And Deacon and Bishop brought it out. I was blown away because that was like my first eye-opening portion of seeing how much effort, time, and money they put into destroying us. You pack us into these neighborhoods. Where it's drug infested, violence infested, no jobs, no way out. And then they say, you know what? Pull back the police.
Then they say you're the cause of it.
And look at you. Look at you. You gotta think about the chess moves being made.
That's war. It's war.
That's war, man.
I was just thinking. So when you think of war, the first thing you think war. You think World War II bombs, Normandy. They don't understand. It's
right now.
It's different. Like what they call it? You got psychological warfare. That's the mental stuff that they playing on. You got chemical warfare. That's going into our food. You know what I'm saying?
He has the gift of all of that.
Yeah. Hey, religious warfare in these churches. That's
spiritual warfare.
Right.
They use religion and stuff to destroy the soul. Damn. Man, these people.
But when you look at, let's use Martin Luther King for a minute. Let me tell you, that's what Scripture said. Esau is wiser than Daniel. Right. Esau is not stupid. Esau have those think. Let's go back to Martin Luther King for a minute. Martin Luther King was pushing integration. Right? Esau fight against it. Then Esau realized, wait a minute. We have to do it. Just like you just mentioned. Esau realized, if we let them integrate, we're actually going to get richer.
Right.
Because now, what integration did?
Right.
Integration destroy every black hospital.
Yes.
Integration destroy every black banks.
Yep.
Integration destroy every black restaurant, every black hotel. Now Esau take this. There used to be this sign, white over here, black over there. Esau say, take that shit down.
Right. We didn't have options anymore.
No. Esau say, listen. If you take this sign down, we're going to make more money because all that business is going to destroy. They're going to come to our establishment.
Right.
Esau's not stupid. That's exactly what Esau did.
Right.
Say, they spending all that money on ribs over there?
Yes,
you know what?
Yes.
Let's bring the ribs over here. You bring your ribs to us.
So Esau said, in slavery, there was a lot of things we don't own, right? So Esau said, listen, hire them. Give them a job. Let them job. Esau give you a driver license. You have to pay for that driver license.
Right.
Esau said they're going to get a car.
Come to my dealer.
Yes. You come to the dealership, you buy the car. Esau set up something, said, you got to get insurance. Esau said they're going to come to us for insurance. Who owns the biggest insurance company? It's not Jake. It's them. We go to them for the insurance. And if you don't, and you cannot drive that. What the purpose of having a car, you cannot drive it without no insurance, without no plates. So Esau said, we're going to give them a plate. They're going to have to pay for that plate. It's called registration. Every year, they're going to have to renew that shit.
You
see, well, it's like you know what I call that? I call that a pyramid. It's like you see a pyramid with like this.
Yeah,
they're feeding each other. Boom, 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 boom. Never stop.
Yeah,
that's what Esau created.
The food chain.
Esau created a pyramid that's never stopped. They're feeding each other. So now, guess what? And now we in 2020, 2021. We don't own not a damn thing.
Nope.
They're getting richer and richer. Just like we bought a house. Esau said, okay, let them buy a house. Esau said, guess what, buddy? You have to pay tax on it. Esau said, you go, well, I pay my house cash. Esau said, listen, nigga, if you don't pay tax, after a couple of weeks, we're going to get the house, sell it, and get my tax money.
Either way.
What?
In reality, guess what? You don't own the house.
Nope.
In reality, guess what? You don't own the car either. Nope. Because you own a car, but you cannot drive without no license. That means you don't own the car.
Right.
They own the car.
Look, Esau told me, we will tow your car off your property. This is my truck that was at my house.
Yeah.
I took the tag off of it because I was working. Esau came to my house and said, if you don't have this truck running in 30 days, we will take this truck.
Yeah.
Because in this county, you are not allowed to have non-running vehicles.
Wow.
I said, how you gonna take my truck? Esau said, 30 days. Are we taking the
The
truck?
only thing you can do is put it inside the garage.
That's the only thing you
Then
can
hide
do.
it. Now think about it.
A lot of HOAs have that in their paperwork too.
Think about it. You said that's my property. Esau said, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
We make you believe it's your property, but it's not your property.
He said, ha ha, who lied to you?
Yeah, who lied to you?
What the old king said, who told you that?
Who told you that? Who told you that's your property? That's not your property.
You know what's also a part of the think tanks, right? You got to think about the wealth gap that was created by Esau for a very long time before we even began to do anything financially, right? So we went over one time how college, what it cost back in the 1960s. It was a couple grand for your 4 years of college. Now, fast forward years later, we're talking about 30 grand a semester.
40 grand.
You know, stuff like that. And we all came to the conclusion that once Jake started doing these things, going to college, buying homes, we went over how the loan practices for Esau and for Jake is two different things.
Two different.
Jake get exorbitant interest rates.
That's a big
Esau,
word.
Yeah.
Exuberant?
Exuberant. He said exuberant. Yeah.
I put the glasses on. Vocab change too. The vocabulary changed a little bit.
I'm on my Captain Shemaiah. Say what?
But so those things change, and what they do is when what they call cost of living go up.
Right.
Esau has hundreds of years of being at that level where if it goes up, they can already afford it.
Right.
Us just getting started, like say we started going to college. Now, when you look a few years later, how college has quadrupled. Why? Because more blacks started going to college. I looked up the price of a car in 1960. It says a car in 1960, a Corvette, which is very expensive car, was $2,700.
That's a rare vehicle.
$2,000.
$2,000 in 1960 for one of the top of the line vehicles.
That's a premium car.
Corvette is a nice car.
Corvette is a premium car. Right now, a Corvette starts at about 60 grand.
So you telling me a 1960 Stingray?
Yeah,
like down to 80 grand.
Yeah.
A 1970 Stingray was $2,000.
So what happened over those few years? Blacks started buying cars too. But the difference is we're starting from ground level purchasing these things, and they already have hundreds of years of building their capital. So when it goes up, like I said, they can afford it. So now that is also a part of the think tanks, because the so-called what do you call that? Cost of living that goes up. The cost of living continues to go up, but your salary creeps up.
Right.
Somebody said, go ahead, Professor.
Oh, you know what? I'm done. I'll pass it.
Hey, but Captain,
Go ahead, Professor Captain Shemaiah. She said, go ahead, Professor.
They broke him. Y'all broke Captain
Y'all
Shemaiah.
broke me. Y'all broke my spirit, man.
She said, my professor got new glasses. Go ahead, Professor Captain Shemaiah.
Hey, but Cap, you know the same. I'm in the trucking industry, and about I would say maybe 10, 15 years ago, the rate in which you would be paid for driving was a lot more then, because at the time there were a lot more Edomite drivers. It was predominantly an Edomite industry, and then now you're seeing a lot more.
Yes,
and then you start seeing a lot more brothers get into it, and so now you have to do more work and make less money. You got to travel farther to make less money.
Damn.
Yeah, they keep up with those numbers.
Yeah, they do.
It's not stupid, man.
It was an article last week. It was a big thing where the Jake couple went to sell their house.
Oh yeah,
and they got the Edomite couple
to pose like it was their
pose as them. They said they got almost $500,000 offered on that. I mean, appraisal on the house. Yes, for just for Esau. Them thinking that Esau was the ones who lived in that house.
Damn.
There's like almost $500,000 more appraisal value in that home. So that's
just because Esau,
because what it was is
because he touched it.
Yeah,
they
didn't want to sit on a toilet that a black butt sat like.
Well, no, and how the people were able to figure it out is they had put about $100,000 worth of improvements into the home, and they had an appraiser come out. It was an Edomite came out to appraise it, and they realized that she was under appraising the home, and they was like, we know this house is worth more than this. We bought it for this, and we put this into it. And then they got their white friend, their Edomite friend, to call somebody else out. They waited like a month or so, call somebody else out to do another appraisal, and that's when they got the one that officer's talking about. So yeah, they were.
You said we have a call? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Captain, what? What's going on?
celebrities be watching Appalachian Saints, man.
Hey, Cap, Shalom, Most High Christ bless. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, we do. Hey, put the next article up while Captain Errol is talking.
Hey, Shalom, Cap, Most High Christ bless. Yeah, that one.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Hey,
Shalom. Weekend, Cap, Offset, sister. Hey, just touching on what y'all saying as far as the prison system. What they're doing now is they push it towards the private sector because everybody's investing in it. So you got the senators, you have all these politicians that actually basically put their money into the system that they're locking you up into. Bob Barker is the game show dude from Price is Right.
Bob Barker.
He owns his family owns the largest facilitator of these prison systems, these private prison systems. Your soap, combs, everything that the inmate would need, stationery, stamps, all of it comes through his company. His family makes all that money, and then he invests it back into the politicians. It's one big circle.
Wow, we didn't know that.
Wow.
Bob Barker, I always knew he was a devil. His hair, that hair slick back thing, I always knew he was a
You
devil.
don't get to live that long and not be a devil.
I always thought he was
And
a
he was a
pervert.
sexual predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a sexual predator.
All praises. All praises.
It's one big circle.
Wow.
Yeah, all praises. Thank you for your call, Cap.
Hey, let's
and
move
then,
on.
and then yes, sir.
Oh, you just gonna keep going, huh?
No. Cap. You don't have to keep going, man. Shalom.
Yes, sir.
He said you ain't gotta keep going.
No. Hey,
You good? That was a good
hey,
point. You good? Appreciate you.
Damn, bro. Well, thank you, man.
Hey,
Israelites,
keep on.
man.
All right.
Move to the next article.
You say go to the number one?
And in 2 years, you said you saved 40,000.
No, that's what you want to talk about next.
And you maxed out your retirement plan. How is that possible? Because how is that even possible?
Well, see, one of the things I did was it's the before. So what most people do, they graduate college, they're like, yo, I got the stuff, I need me a car. And I was like, I need a car too. But what I'm not going to do is get the $20,000 car with the car note. Instead, I stayed home my first year after graduating college, because even though living with Nigerian parents are no joke, because it's still like, where are you going? It's to midnight. I'm like, hey, what are you doing in the streets? Right? So, but I was like, I'm willing to take the short-term L for the long-term W. Tweeted at the Budgetista. So that's what I did. I stayed home for a year. And I remember at the time, I wasn't even making the $39,000. I was making, I think, $14 an hour. But I knew one thing: I had to pay rent, and I didn't have a car at the time. But I wanted to save up, so I was making. I want to say I probably was making, maybe $2,000 a month or something like that, or maybe not even, maybe like $1,400 or $1,500 a month. But I was saving about $900 a month when I stayed home that first year out of college. That's a mistake. I know everybody doesn't have this opportunity, but I'm sharing because people always get mad, like, I can't do that. Sis, you asked me my story. So I stayed home because I was able, and my parents said you don't have to pay rent. I used to ride my bike to go teach at the local daycare center. It was in Plainfield, New Jersey. And I was making, like I said, $14 or $15 an hour, making I think $1,600 a month, saved $900 a month. And at the end of the year, I had like $10,800. So with that $10,800, I told my dad, okay, I want to get a car. He was like, well, adult lesson number one, do not get a new car. It's a waste of money. They depreciate. It's a losing investment. It's not an investment. It's a liability. Means liabilities, well, y'all know, but just for the audience, liabilities take money out your pocket, right?
Yeah.
So
Assets over liabilities.
Yeah.
I've heard that slogan before.
So he was like, but I'm going to take you to my guy. You know, everybody got a guy. I'm going to take you to my guy. He will take you to the auction. And so he took me to his friend who's a dealer, a car dealer, and took me to the auction. And I was like, that one. 99 Toyota, 99 Nissan Altima. It was $5,500. My dad said, okay, that's what you want. So from my $10,900, I put down, I bought it for $5,500. So one, now I have no car note, but I do have a car. Two, my insurance was super low because when you own the car outright, your insurance is low. So I remember my insurance being like $52 a month. So if you compare someone else's life, they have a car, they have insurance, but that's costing them, say, $300 a month. I have a car, I have insurance, but it's costing me $52 a month. So I was like, all right, now we cooking with grease. Now it was like when I was able to get the job teaching, right, and making $39,000, I still had that car. And I was like, okay, now I'm ready to move out. But one thing I knew was, yes, is it dope to have my own fly apartment? Yes. But you know what's even better? Paying low rent. So I asked my sister, I was 23 and she was 20.
Stop for a little bit. Keep in mind, she have Nigerian parents. You know what I find you know why I'm laughing? I find so crazy is that the people from the islands, they think different than people from here.
Yeah.
Well, Nigeria is a country.
No, I know. No. I'm giving you an example.
Professor strikes
My point
again.
is, my point is,
them glasses.
my point is,
Get your own point.
my point is, she's a foreigner. That's my point.
Yeah.
My point is, she's a foreigner. The foreigners, the people that's not come from here, foreigners,
Or
that's my point.
come from nothing.
Come from nothing.
Right.
The financial thinking is different.
Perspective is different. Yeah.
The perspective of thinking of when it comes to finance is different than people from here. Over here, as soon you turn, you got young girls 16, young men 16, 17, 18.
Get out my house.
As soon as that age, they want to move out of their parents' house. But
Bad
the
decision.
foreigners, yes, that's really bad decision.
That's what I was going. That's what I wanted to
Yes.
expound on.
Yes.
They have a concept of generational wealth.
Yes.
That's what I was picking
Yes.
up when she said that,
That's
because she was
exactly-
able to save all kinds of money because the family said, "Let me go help you get
Yes.
started." We don't do that. In
No,
this
we
country.
don't. We don't do that in this country.
don't do that.
Me, I can relate to Haiti because I see that they do that in Haiti. In Haiti, I know people thinking it's bad, but what you gotta understand is the culture. And I only can speak for Haitians because I am one. I'm a Haiti. So the culture in Haiti is that, let's say I have kids, daughter, son. Let's say I have an acre, I have a house. Now my son is about to get married. The culture is, I don't want my son to go. So what I do is, I went and built him a 2-bedroom next door to me. I said, you stay right here. Or my house might be a 5-bedroom. I said, why don't you take your wife, live upstairs?
Right.
Nobody's upstairs. Because the culture is, we want the family to stay together.
Collectively, you can do better.
Yes.
You could do more.
That's because when the family sit together like that, my son now have kids. I don't have to pay somebody to watch out the kids.
Yeah, they stay with me.
The grandmother's right there. The auntie's right there.
Right.
To watch the kids.
And they're actually joyful to
Yes.
do that
Yes.
portion. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if you're not a burden.
The aunt, that's why you see some place in Haiti you go, and one little neighborhood is a whole family live there. Aunt, uncle, all of them live in the same neighborhood. You be like, whose house is this? That's my uncle, that's my uncle, that's my aunt. That's why they have that.
And Deke, you know what? Now that you're bringing it back, there was a cohesiveness in those families. Like you said, the uncle lives there, but guess what? The uncle knows his role. He helps fix things with the father, things of that nature. They work all collectively to keep that house running smoothly.
Yes.
Right.
Grandma take care of the kids. They come home, they work. The women help cook together to make sure everybody eats.
Exactly.
Lunches
Yes.
packed.
Yes.
Listen, those days are damn.
Yes.
Where are those days
Man,
now?
They coming back.
You see Haitian parents? You see Haitian parents, especially moms, they never kick their kids out of the house.
Yeah.
Or make them pay rent.
No. You can argue with them.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
will never tell you to leave the house.
Right.
That's that culture.
That's nice.
I never met a Levi mom who said, "Oh, get out of my." They will never do it.
Yeah.
As far as concerned, you can be 50 years old. You still that little kid they raised. They still look at you like you still that little boy. You still that little son.
Deacon, I was just telling my son that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know
Shout
how
out
you
to
know how
Levi
your
Food.
teenager gets their first little job.
Yep.
You know, be making tacos at Taco Bell. What do you look like as a parent saying, "Hey, you got to give me $100.
Give me some of that.
Right.
every month,
Right.
Because
Give
you
me some of that.
Come on, I understand. Listen, I understand. You got to give these kids responsibilities and teach them financial discipline.
Yep.
I'm 100% with that. But to start making that teen start paying your
You gonna take that
damn
man money.
Victoria's Secret bill. Come on. Like, let's be honest. What we don't do is the little money they make, teach them how to discipline, save their money. When they do need something, this is how you budget. This is how you or get them. You know, we went over before getting them being an authorized user on your credit card.
Right.
Help them build their credit and know how to use their money. So when they do buy something, listen, use your credit card, your little money you've been saving up. That's how you're gonna pay your bill. We don't do those things. We don't, and then we wonder. And I know it's a carnal way of thinking, but we wonder how we level the playing field as far as finances go among our people and the other nations. The other nations are willing to be selfless, live in the same house together. I remember right around the corner from me, the Elam family lived in this house. The house was big, But it was about 7 families that lived in that one house, and all of them collectively put into the house, and what was left over, they used to buy another family member a house to do the same thing over and over and over again. What do? We get our first little job. I'm 17. I work at Taco Bell. I want to move out.
I want an apartment.
Right.
Where the hell you gonna go on Taco Bell money?
But Cap, the culture here is so twisted. But you know what we talk about is actually in the Bible, right? When you look at Sirach, right? Remember what they said, the father will sleep?
Yes.
How the father will sleep if he put the daughter out?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, he worried about who raping, who jumping up and
That's
down
the
on his
point.
daughter all
That's
night.
That's the point.
That's
The
the
culture
reality we
is
live
you're
in.
not supposed to. You're not supposed to kick your daughter out of the house. As long you raise her right way. For you to protect her is for her to live in the house. But what we do, we say, hey, you gone, you go. You got to get out of here.
Especially when they talk back and say something you don't like, rather than you going through something, correcting them, showing where they going at, and then saying, hey, I love you, I'll see you tomorrow. You know, they go to their part. You know, you got to get out. You too grown.
Right.
Yeah, you got to get
You
out.
so grown.
We're pressured to put them out because we can't afford to keep them.
Yes,
In a
exactly.
lot,
That's
in a lot
crazy.
Of, yeah. This whole system is set against us. But it was something that you were saying, Captain, about why is it that you was talking about how the other nations, how they pull their resources together because they have a vision to do things. Well, with us, can you imagine a group of our families? I'm talking about Jake out here. Teaching their sons how to manage their money. Yeah, why think about it? Why would our people really do that when they can't even see a system for their children to actually be a part of?
Yeah.
So they can't even imagine. So why am I going to teach you about mathematics and dealing with banks and this and that and the other? You Negroes ain't gonna get no bank.
You ain't gonna be nothing
You
like
ain't
your
gonna
daddy.
be nothing anyway. So
Get a
why am I gonna
job.
waste
Damn.
my time and teach? And that seats deep in our psychology.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't even come up.
You're right.
I'll praise it for this truth, because that's one of the things that I think about now with my sons. And I was telling them, I was like, as long as y'all keeping these commandments, you don't have to go anywhere.
Exactly.
You don't, we'll find a way for us to all, manage
together,
to keep it together. Because like what Deacon was just saying, we put our children out because we can't afford to keep them, not realizing it. But if they get older, they staying with you, but they're working on themselves. You don't have to afford them no more. You just allowing them
But
to
you have
build.
to have you have to foresee a goal. You have to foresee a vision with these kids.
Right.
And we don't see that.
Right.
That's crazy.
We don't see that.
I think it's a sister made a great point. I know we have a call, but a sister made a great point. She says, I paid rent, but my parents saved it and gave it back to me when I moved out.
That's what I was going to say. That's what my grandmother did.
That's different.
Okay,
That's
so
smart
now,
right there.
Yeah. So now we talking.
So in other words, the parents make the belief she parents should
Right.
because they want her to be responsible.
Yes.
But in
yes,
reality, there
yes.
was that's
But the
that's
parent,
what's
but
up.
again, with all that being said, the parent had to believe that there was a world for that child to
yes.
go out and do
Right.
something. We don't have that. That's been cut off.
right.
We made perfect consumers. We don't see anything. We can't envision the future, and we know nothing about our past. So that locks us into the present.
Right. So the parents ain't spending it on Newports and damn
Right.
cigarellos and
Right. They went and bought crab legs with your money.
Got lights in your name.
right. Mom got a liposuction.
Come on now.
with your
You
rent
pay
money.
rent, Brazilian butt lift.
Right.
Let's do it.
Exactly. Hey, we got a call, right? All right. We're good. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your name, question, or comment?
Hey, shalom, leadership. Most High in Christ bless you all.
Shalom.
This is Brother Iuic calling in.
Hey,
Shalom.
I just had a quick comment on the topic this morning. So I'm here in Texas. So growing up in school, high school and college, they don't really prep you to go off into the financial services industry. So I've been in the insurance field for going on 9 years now. So I had the opportunity to touch on to go to State Farm, right? Just to touch on State Farm. You see how they market to our people, right? They have a brother, Jake brother, on as the new Jake.
Right.
State Farm now. So they, put you in these aspirant programs to one day own your own office or your own franchise. But what they don't tell you, you're actually an agency. So there's a head agent that you report to. 9 times out of 10, he's Esau. So they're training you, they're grooming you to open up this franchise one day. They don't tell you that it's credit based, it's income based, how much liquid assets you have to have. They don't tell you any of that.
Wow.
So by the time that you've built up the agency, you're getting ready to transition. He'll have like an exit interview with you and tell you, okay, if you meet all these checkpoints, we can move to the next phase. Now, I met all the criteria except the income part. Now, mind you, when you're getting recruited, that may be his daughter or niece or someone that's doing the recruiting. They bring you into this aspirant program. So it's all in the family. So they've been groomed from the time they can walk to get ready to take these businesses over. So they will just essentially tell you, well, unfortunately, you don't qualify because you don't have enough liquid assets to take over the agency. Well, you never told me that. So that's just one of the hidden plights that Esau will do just to kind of keep you down.
Wait, so
especially when it comes to.
So you're saying you go through the program and then at the last minute they'll hit you with something like that, or do you own the agency and they come and take it from you?
Well, no. Before you can even buy out the agent, you have to have enough liquid assets. So right when you're at that point, they'll tell you, "Oh, well, by the way, we checked out the information that you gave us from the financial. We checked your bank statements. If you have any stock, unfortunately, at this time, you have to stay an aspirant. We're bringing up the agent in over you, and until you can actually meet the criteria, you won't be able to buy a State Farm agency." And that's how they get down.
Right. Absolutely.
I was thinking about that earlier.
And all the while you're earning money for them?
Yeah, you make money for State Farm. And get what black people feel like, oh, I go get my insurance from black people. It's still just State Farm.
It's still, wow.
Because I used to think that when I used to buy Progressive from the guy. I figured I was getting my insurance through, because I was a nigga and I was stupid, and I'm
trying to support your own.
Right, and then you look and like, hold on, when something happened, Progressive emails me like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, it ain't even.
What's the lady that's in the commercial?
Flo. Yeah, Flo hit me up.
Hey, let me tell you.
iPhone said might be Flo.
Like Deacon Yawusap just said, we're the only people who don't think about long time wealth.
Yeah, man.
Right.
A quick example of what the brother just said, right? What the brother just said. The brother just was called.
Oh, thank you for your call, by the way.
Thank you for your call, by the way, brother. One of the things that you see that Esau do, like I'm going to give you an example, like New York. You live in New York, and I know you know this. You see the people that's like doorman. Believe it or not, some of them making over 100 grand a year.
Doorman in New York.
Yeah,
and guess what?
They're unionized.
And guess what? Some of them, they pass that job to their children.
What?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You are not serious.
I'm dead serious. Some of them is 2-3 generations.
Yeah, I was seeing something like the tenants was giving all of them like little envelopes for Christmas.
I know they give them gifts because
some of them is 2-3 generation doormen. Some of them making over $150,000 a year.
Deacon.
Hey, listen, they working on.
You're not thinking about that, huh?
I never thought about that.
No, they make long money.
Some of them, they pass it to the children.
And all that.
Yes, everything.
32 BJ organizes them.
I remember in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s, the doorman went on strike.
Yeah.
I remember that.
How am I going to get on my elevator without my doorman?
Listen, majority of them is Esau.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's Esau doing it. Yeah.
Oh, so they
pass it to the children. Some of them is 2-3 generations.
Yeah, somebody
You
said
learn
that's
something
crazy.
every day.
Somebody said as high as 200,000 with tips.
You
Shut
see?
the front door.
So they show you Israel on TV to make it look like it's some kind of slave job.
I'm gonna tell you something else you not think about.
What?
You see those people in New York that's walk dogs?
Yes, sir.
Do you know some of them making $500,000 a year?
Yeah,
walking dogs.
Y'all didn't know that?
You guys didn't know that?
You see those guys walking? Hey, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Some are making $500,000 a year.
They got like 30 dogs.
We got to get off the truck, D.
Listen.
You guys didn't know that?
Hey, Deacon, they're walking with about 30 dogs.
Dogs, yes.
And each one of them dogs a couple $100.
They got the poop scoopers and all that
in
right
their
there.
pocket. Yeah.
They don't even walk. They only do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Walk them in the morning, take them back home, and
I'm
big
in the wrong
bucks coming
profession.
in.
Me too.
Listen.
I ain't
Me
scooping
too.
no poop.
They call them dog babysitters.
Because you gotta,
They babysit your dogs.
You gotta think about the areas that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Some
It
of
ain't
these,
Harlem.
some of these apartments are $2, $3, $4 million for an apartment.
Wow.
And they take special care of these little dogs, man. So you walking them, you're giving them special care. It's not just walking. There's different things you do.
No, these ain't no street dogs.
These ain't no street dogs you
These
find in
are
the alleyway.
These are manicured dogs.
The dog
they
itself.
got hospitals and all that. Yeah, they load it like that.
The dog itself.
Designer dogs.
The dog itself
Little
is 10
poodles and
grand.
stuff like that. Yes.
Wow.
The dog itself is 10 grand. So,
Wow.
but yes, they will make like they said, half a
Listen,
million.
you-
Those
yeah.
doormen.
That's crazy.
See, that's me. The Lord couldn't give me a $10,000 dog. I'm gonna feed it old chicken grease and
Listen,
What?
when I
Come on.
had Esau, I got him off of Craigslist. Like that's crazy.
You got Esau.
Wait, huh?
You did what?
Well, my dog, his name was Esau,
Oh.
and I got him off of Craigslist. Like
She
that's
got
crazy.
Esau. Then she said got Esau living inside her house. Oh God.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Only your
she done
patient
bought it.
saints
She
do
done bought
find
it.
this stuff out.
yeah. And my cat,
Next.
I have a cat now.
Next
named Moab.
article. Next article.
She said she got a cat named Mo.
Nichomaya. Nichomaya. Get me a ticket. I'm leaving.
Hey, you want to?
Read this article right quick.
Yes, sir.
This is come from a sister. I think she's with IUIC.
Hey, go up to the top
Where's the whole article, bro?
because it wouldn't load because her page is private.
Okay.
So I only could do screenshots.
Okay, this is Azriel's real. While most of these women out here are screaming broke niggas don't deserve no beep,
No coochie.
No
just say coochie.
no coochie.
No WAP.
I married a broke nigga.
Mine.
My bro.
Oh, sorry, I married my broke nigga, and we built a life and family together. When I got married, I had a full-time job making more than him, ready to buy a home, a struggling side tax and credit business, making $14K extra a year, and a full-time medical student. I really thought I had it going on, though.
By the way, that's the sister that's come to Bill. But go ahead.
I was a hot-ass mess. Okay, this brother should have ran for the hills. I was a hot ass mess. Okay, this brother should have ran for the hills, but that was my friend. He loved me and my kids. He had potential. He's a great person and he wasn't lazy. He's a very hard worker. Even if he had to flip burgers, he was willing to do it to take care of his responsibilities. I thank my in-laws for him every day. Even when he irks my damn soul 5 years later, he helped me scale the F out of that same struggling business, start a second business, and supports everything I do. And he makes 1,000% more as an IT engineering consultant. He tamed a dragon, me, loves, cares for raises, and continues to make his children, determined to get his 12 sons. I strive every day to make sure I'm a better wife for him because he deserves it. This man loves God and keeps his laws and lives by God's laws. Imagine if I said, nah, I need a nigga with some money. Imagine if I said, nah, you can't marry me because you too broke. Woo! I would be single and sad and lost.
Damn.
Just somebody baby mom, miserable out here shaking my ass just to get a man to look at me. Singing Cardi B, broke niggas don't deserve no coochie. That's not a life, that is a shame. Slide so you can see the 47 acres my broke nigga bought me and his kids. All praises to the Most High.
Damn.
Broke niggas get 47 acres. I can't even imagine.
And by the way, they bought it all cash.
All praise.
You know what's so heavy about this? When I read this, at a cap, we gotta talk about this. The reason I like this is because we was talking about this last week. Some people come in a relationship, they don't come to build, they come to take. There is an old say in Haiti, people come when their food is already cooked. People don't come to help you prepare the food. In other words, you don't know the sweat, the tears, the what put behind to cook that food. The pain
That's why I
to
love
cook
so
that
good.
food.
I remember that story.
You don't know what that man go through to cook that food. But what you do is
Kill the chicken.
even when you kill the chicken, you have to run behind them chicken to catch it.
My auntie used to sit in the chair
To
with a
cook that
mop
food.
stick
But the
and
point
wait for him.
is,
Is that why live food so good, D?
Instead, you want
Pain
to
in that
come after the food is cooked.
Right.
What you want to do, you want to come before the food cook. So you help cook that food. So now you guys put sweat together to cook the food.
Yeah, you can
You guys
appreciate the
kill the chicken.
process.
Yes, you can appreciate the process, what it takes to cook that food.
Right.
Some of you come, the food is already cooked. You know what you do? You uncook the damn food.
They don't want to sign a
You
prenup.
take away from what's already built
Right.
instead of add. I would not mind you come eating the food, bring some Kool-Aid, at least some type of drink for me to drink. But instead you come and eat the damn food.
And
you
ask
don't
for
put nothing.
seconds. Can I get some more?
Yeah.
And when you just show up after the food is cooked, you have zero appreciation for
Yes.
the process that
That's
went
the point.
into making
Right.
it.
Thank you, Cap. No appreciation. Don't appreciate it, nothing. Ungrateful bit. Oh,
Gucci.
But Deacon, what I like about what I took away from it was her accountability. You know, my favorite thing is accountability. She realized that, she thought she had it going on prior to the gentleman coming into her life, and she realized she had issues. She even, recognized that she called herself a dragon, and he had to tame it. So she understood that wherever he was, she needed to be in submission under him. So I thought that was a really good point for her to realize, had she not done that, like she said, she'd be lost, somebody's baby mama, and by herself. So.
And you know what? It goes right back to what Deacon mentioned earlier about the vision. The vision, yes, both of you see the vision, but it takes one of you to lead the charge.
yes.
The people perish.
That's like, let's say, God forbid, there's a fire, and we're all trying to get out this doorway. You have to go one by one.
Well, we got a couple of doors.
Two?
Somebody
No,
think that we're...
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no.
Be like, I can get out of here.
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh,
Some
right.
people will be like, "Oh, so they got problems," and
Right.
such, and start
Oh, yeah,
trying to.
yeah.
So no.
So-
So we got all that stuff covered.
Or going through a doorway. Deacon and I couldn't walk through shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
You can't fit. Somebody has to lead the way, and we go in single file out. So same thing as it goes with the vision. There has to be a leader to lead the charge to make that vision come into fruition. Everyone else is going to fulfill their different offices following behind that leader's charge in order to make sure that vision comes to pass. It's the same thing in a marriage. In a marriage, that man is the head.
Right.
Though you both see the end result or the end vision, it takes him to lead the charge. The wife is going to be supportive. She's going to give her input. I'm sure she gave input on the acreage.
Right. He had
And
two
I-
businesses.
I believe she's in real estate. She might have been the one that brokered the deal.
Right.
But at the end of the day, there has to be that leadership role and that support system in that vision building process. And that's all it really is. So the accountability is a part of it, because if you don't say, okay, we're both going towards this vision, but here are my weak points. Here are my flaws. This may cause a stumbling block in us obtaining that vision. Now, guess what? Deacon will say, okay, that's your weakness. I'm okay in that area. I'm good here. This is my weakness. And both of you are supposed to support each other.
That's heavy.
So that you can reach that end goal.
Right.
Hey, when we was at Bishop house,
Yeah, I ate up all his food.
Bishop had a vision.
They said they didn't have the vision to bring the chips. They just want to eat the chips.
Hold on.
But where the chips at,
They showed up.
Bishop
They
have
showed
a
up after the
vision.
food.
Bishop have a vision, but we didn't see the vision yet.
Right.
Like you said, we was eating all this damn food.
Right.
Wow.
So now one day he said, "Hey, you guys are a bunch of grown ass men.
Breaking my toilet.
You guys got to get the hell out of here. Breaking my toilet.
Broke the man's toilet.
See, y'all don't need all that toilet paper,
So
bro.
all
Guess
those
what?
asses on this man's
Yes.
toilet is out.
Damn. So he said, "Hey, you guys got to get the hell out of here.
Seat just
A
warm.
bunch of grown ass men eating all my food. What the hell's going?" So, but he got a vision.
Right.
So now guess what he did? He see all the deacons. He showed them the vision he had. Some of them might see it or not. They follow.
They support it,
because
right?
they
Yeah.
see this man right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna follow this.
Right.
This man right here is keeping Musagado. We're gonna follow it. So now that's take us to 1088. Guess what? Now the men on the bishop start seeing the vision. Now these same men, they start showing the vision to other men. The vision starts spreading. Today, you see the vision right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But what I'm saying is now you got to bring it to marriage.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yep.
The husband see the vision.
This what we
Sometimes the sister don't see it. Your job is to make her see it. And the reason I bring that up is, sisters, if you move in a brother he had no vision, do not marry him.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
The scripture say where there's no vision, the people are perish, right?
Yeah.
Do not marry a man with no vision. I don't care if he's 70 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He must have a vision where he wanna be, where he wanna take that family.
And what is he doing to obtain that?
Yes.
How are you gonna get there?
How he's gonna get to that vision? Because some people dream, but the dream never come to why? Because you just dream. You say, okay, I dream about this. I want to do this, but you just sit and you're behind. You're not doing nothing to make it happen. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I know you want to jump in.
Well, speaking about the vision, there are times when brothers, in the body, they'll come up and they say, I'm looking for a wife. And we check the brother out. Brother got it going on. I mean, really got it, because we ain't going to put him out there if he ain't got his stuff together.
That's true.
Then a couple of sisters, we pulled this one sister up, and we said, brother's interested in you or whatever. And we'll ask questions about her. And her stuff she ain't ready. In terms of, she got mileage. Put it like that. She got mileage.
Castrol GTX.
Yeah, all that. Then she gonna look at the brother from the side of her eye and gonna speak, talking about he ain't my type. And I'm thinking to myself, the hell is this? What kind of type ran through you? Ooh. Did burnouts in your behind, and then when you come
donuts.
in here, did donuts.
Cut the feed.
And then you looking at a brother that got his stuff together, got his stuff going on, and you talking about he ain't your type.
They came through burning donuts in a Hellcat.
There's burnouts.
Deacon,
Hot tires are smoking in there.
She full of charges and challenges.
You know what I realized? You know what I realized last night?
How many broken chassis?
By the way, what Deacon was talking about happened last night. You know what I realized last night? For those brothers who are camp leaders, because at the end of the day, you are supposed to be a father. That's what you are. You are a father. Stop. Listen, if a young man come in front of you, he's a virgin. Try not to hook him up with a woman with mileage. Do not put a used engine.
Vagina.
Do not put a used engine inside a brand new car.
Christ say, don't put new wine in old bottles, man.
Yes.
Don't put no new
Do
wine.
not put no new wine inside no bottles.
That's not a good.
Try to hook up that brother with a little virgin too, because I'm telling you, some of you as these sisters, I know we go in class about some of these sisters been around so long, they got much spirit on them.
Bodies.
They got bodies, spirit on them. And I'm not saying that to destroy spirit. Same thing with a sister. If she's a virgin, why would you want to hook her up with a knucklehead?
He got 4 babies.
He got 4 baby mama.
Right.
He got 2 baby mama. That's not a good match.
Right.
Some of you, I don't know what you're thinking. That's not a good match. That is definitely a good match. And the reason I bring that up, I see that.
Yeah.
I seen that. You cannot do that. That sister is going to destroy that brother. That brother is going to
That's why
destroy
I
that
tell her,
sister.
say you dodged the bullet.
Yes, you dodged the bullet. Stop doing that.
Somebody said they're trying to call in from Africa and it's not working.
Oh wow.
What?
Africa. Oh, please.
Hey, Dika, yesterday at camp, young sister, I think she might have been maybe 22 years old, and she had asked the question about women and what was her question? It was along the lines of basically when a woman sleeps with a lot of different men and how, I think she was trying to figure out like what does that do to a woman? And so I was explaining to her how like what's a nice way to say it?
Burnouts.
There is no nice way to say it.
I heard somebody just said Tokyo Drift. I ain't gonna say who it was.
There is no nice way to say it.
The scriptures teach that.
Drag strip.
Well, so to that same point, but the scriptures teach that a woman in her entire life is only supposed to be with one man. So every man that she receives seed from, that's a nice way to say it, right?
Copulation, sure.
So every man that she receives seed from, like that seed that the man is giving her is alive. It's actually swimming into her, right? So every time she receives seed from a man, she's taking on that man's personality. She might have never smoked a cigarette a day in her life, but you start sleeping with a man that does that. You see why the woman is called a weaker vessel, because she starts taking on that man's spirits. And so now every single man that she sleep with, she's taking on that man's spirit, and then that man's spirit, and that man's spirit as well.
Because the scripture says two shall become one.
Right. Exactly. So
we
you're taking on that man's characteristics.
We take that intimacy lightly.
It's very lightly. It's very, very heavy.
It's very heavy. It's not just, listen, you have a carnal mind if you're thinking it's just sex.
It's not.
It's not just sex. That thing is a spiritual connection according to God. It's not a carnal act. It's a spiritual act. Two flesh are becoming one. That's what God said.
You know what Esau named? Well, the Bible doesn't say sex. It calls
sorry to cut you off.
We've adopted the term and the word sex. But even the word sex, Esau, it's an acronym for sensual energy exchange.
Are you serious?
Yeah. With the knowledge.
I don't listen.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. Wait a minute. Are these his glasses that he just where your glasses at?
Every once in a while.
Give me a pair.
As country as Carmela is.
Damn.
This brother be bringing out some facts, some deep
Say
facts.
that again. Where you got that from?
I
sound like
read
Mufasa
it
said
in
it.
something
Say it
a
again.
while ago.
Say it again.
Sex is an acronym for sensual energy exchange. That's where they get the word from.
And that's why the scripture says
Unbelievable.
sensual. Sensual energy exchange.
But that's why the scripture says that you have to prove a friend, because who you lay with is who you're going to become.
Hey, can I clear up something? Because I know some people might have gotten a little twisted by when I said about the burnouts and all that. But I'm not gonna take back what I said, because that's 100% factual. But my point is, when sisters come into the body, their mind's supposed to change. They're supposed to start to get there, even if they been around the block and all that, brothers and sisters. When you come in here, this is the hospital that's supposed to get your mind right. You're still supposed to be talking about he ain't my type, she ain't my type, all this type of mess. Well, you done got your mind right up in here, and you still talking that foolishness from the world.
It is foolishness.
Yeah.
Leadership
I'm still talking that crazy. That's why I'm gonna just look at you like, what, get this.
Y'all be trying to help them sisters, and they want to do their own thing and end up laying with a man and taking on his characteristics.
Then by the time they get 40, they realize that all the suspension is
It's
worn
too late.
out. Damn. Rusted.
She needs some new shots.
This is a whole
She said, I don't know, these motor mounts.
She need a new alternator.
Then then now all of a sudden she want to become a Christian.
They're like, I don't know, but this exhaust pipe kind of messed up.
So funny.
She need a tune up with some smoke plugs.
But like my man, but when you're about ready to die, what's that comedian said? When you was all fine and cute, nobody couldn't say nothing to you. Who was that comedian that said that?
TK Kirby.
Yeah, man.
He said in high school you was cute.
You was all cute.
Now you're about to die. You just want companionship.
Got it.
Sisters, y'all better be careful who you align yourself with.
You're out here muffler falling out.
Just dragging sparks flying everywhere. Just sparks.
Can't pass no emission test, right?
Put on some new clothes.
And she aligned herself with a man that has no vision, and she ends up taking on those characteristics, and so both of y'all end up going nowhere.
Right. Damn, that was heavy.
Both of y'all end up going nowhere.
So if he was no good and she takes on that spirit, That's why sometimes after she's
no good.
So okay, because it makes sense now, because some sisters, after they get out of certain broken relationships, they go through this depressive state where they're actually no good for a time being.
Because they have his spirit.
But Cap, I even had to tell my son, even with mental stuff, like you don't understand. That's why it was so important originally with the Israelites, how you knew people's family. Like how they said, well, where they come from, you know, what stock they come from.
Matter of fact.
Because it could be a line of crazy people, and now you've laid down with this person, and you wonder why you think of stuff you ain't never thought before. You experiencing stuff.
Two shall become
one. And now you don't link up with their crazy line.
That's why the scripture says, woman supposed to have one man all her life.
Whole life.
Wow.
Yes. And that's why she's the weaker vessel, because she takes on the spirit.
Right.
Hey, go to Tobit chapter 5.
Timing.
Hey, Kidon, what else you got up there while we're getting the scripture? What else you got up there? That's the last one?
She ended up needing new wheelbarrows.
Here we go. Say that again?
From that's that the last topic?
Or from what we was talking about? What is the next one we got after this one?
Segue.
We finna make it up. Yeah, that's a good one.
Tobit 5 and 13.
Tobit chapter
Play
5.
this one after we read the scripture.
Tobit chapter 5 and verse 13. Then Tobit said, Thou art welcome, brother. Be not angry with me, because I have inquired to know thy tribe and thy family. For thou
He
art
inquired to know what?
know thy tribe and thy family.
That's what that's what Sister Naama just said. So that was something that was customary for us to know the family line that we're dealing with. You got to know the peoples. Who's your peoples? Who your family? That was something that's customary for us. Go ahead.
Hey, that's what happens when the brothers come up.
Yes.
We know because a lot of them don't have family that really, you know what I'm saying? Some people come in like they don't have fathers and all that. And we have to be their spiritual parents, so to speak. So we try to give the good report of the brother to the sister to the brother, and then they looking at each other like, what the hell is this?
Right.
So some of these families, you be like, damn, this family produce a lot of hoes. Damn. Do I really want my son to marry into this family?
Yeah, for real.
They be like, hoes good for something.
This is a hoish family. Yeah. The whole neighborhood know that's a hoish family.
Yeah.
I could change.
That's why you gotta know which family she comes from.
I could change a deacon.
But Deacon, I don't know if anybody here saw that. That was maybe about a year ago. A lady was online when they were saying somewhere in Florida where the girl was
her
dead.
whole family was harlots.
Yeah, and that's what the lady literally said on the news. Like the girl had been caught having sex in like the bathroom.
With like 13 boys, they was running they had a line in the bathroom where she just was in the bathroom and the little boys was going to the bathroom and she was servicing.
And the lady literally said on the evening news, she was like, well, she come from a line of hoes. And it was like,
you see?
That's the national news,
That's
man.
a lot of hoes.
It came out like one.
Mama hoes,
just like that.
daughter
Just like
hoes,
that.
auntie hoes, grandmama hoes, everybody hoes. Hoes on hoes.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Carmela.
Because I have
just read a little bit more.
For I have inquired to know thy tribe and thy family, for thou art my brother, and of an honest and good stock.
See that? So he says we got to determine if you're from an honest and good stock.
You hear that?
So
you know what a good listen, in a good stock family, there's no hoes.
Right.
Good stock. Right. This right here, and guess what? They go by the name of the family.
Yeah.
The name. They say, hey, this is a good family, buddy. That's a good stock.
Yeah.
This man have a reputation. Everybody know who he is. Everybody know that his wife is online, his kid is online. I mean, everybody is
right.
Remember what Mosagato he said, Abraham will
command his house.
Will come in his house.
Yeah.
So the people know this man come in his house. So that when his name come up, they say, wait. He might not let you marry to his family because this man is very strict. And he got his family well. He got his household well. So in other words, he's telling you, hey, your family better straight because you go in front of this man. He might not accept your family because his family is straight. So he wants a straight family for his kids.
He said, you come from the whole tribe of Fuki Mama.
He hit us with the knowledge and then he go back to the country.
What? Fuki Mama.
He was doing so good. He went back.
He said he can't hold it.
The
knowledge comes in spurts, but the foolishness always on deck.
Fuki Mama.
I gotta write that down.
Fuki Mama. I'm from Fuki Mama. You better watch him with your daughter.
Damn. That's the trouble, Fuki Mama.
You know what's funny? I had a real estate attorney in New York. Her name was Funky.
See, it's always close to real life.
She was from Nigeria. Her name was Funky. I forgot her last name.
Her name was Fuki Mama. She just didn't want to say the whole thing.
It's a Nigerian name, Funky. Yeah,
wow, the whole Wanderer tribe.
Hey, you know another crazy thing is when you look at remember when they went to get a wife for Isaac. Remember, even the brother was asking question. In other words, even not only the father was asking question concerning who's going to marry the daughter, the brother was asking question, who's going to marry my sister?
Yeah.
Who that nigga? Who that nigga? Because the older brother say, hey, listen, that's my little sister. I'm not going to give it to any niggas where I know you're going to beat on her. And he was questioning me like, hey, who's that dude? What family he come from? Is he come from the Funky Mamas? Because the Funky Mamas, they're a bunch of hoes.
You better watch them.
You better watch your Fuki mamas.
It just goes to show your name in Israel is very important.
Yeah, better than precious ointment.
Very important, man.
But
and a lot of us don't take our names seriously, so we do folly, and then we're concerned of what is brought up when our names come up. No. You did the foolishness. Foolishness is going to be attached to your name.
Yep.
Folly is going to be attached to your name. You're always going to be known as the brother or sister that's in folly. So it would behoove you to keep your name clean. It's only for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the nation, because those who coming in after you are going to want to cleave to those who have a good name. Nobody wants to cleave to Funky Mama.
Right.
You don't want to get in that family. You're gonna be at the brother who marry into the Funky Mamas.
Okay, somebody is okay. I'm sorry. Somebody, it's Nigerian. Yeah, that's what the lady was.
Funke.
You say it's pronounced Funke.
Oh,
and it's a Yoruba name.
Okay.
Well, we said Funky.
Funky Mamas.
Yo, Funky Mama.
Funky Mamas.
Yeah.
The whole tribe.
Don't wait for us in the parking lot now.
Right.
Funky Mamas.
Come from the Funky Mamas.
Yes.
To add to to kind of give a visual to what you gentlemen are saying is the show that Sister Iona brought out, the Bridgingtons. There was a scene in the show where the daughter, the mother was like, "Oh, he's a suitable suitor for the sister," and the brother, because the men would have time where they were with themselves and drinking and doing different things. He was like, "No, this guy's a cheat. He's not honest. He doesn't pay his bills. This guy, he goes around and he messes with women." And it's a lot of stuff that women really need to understand that men are privy to. They have conversations. They have inside information. That's why they're able to say, yes, that person is good. Yes, that person is not good. Not that they're not good, but they need more time. They might not be good for you, somebody else. So that's why it's important to understand that, because the brother was privy to information that the ladies didn't know,
Right.
because they spent different time with the men.
If we're trying to build a nation, we want the marriages to turn out the right way.
Right.
This is an investment that we're talking about. We
You
don't
know
want
what
to
you
put the
said.
wrong people together and then
Exactly.
bring us back to the depths of hell that we're trying to get out
Crawl out
of.
of.
You know, last
That's-
night
that's vision. Go ahead.
you were sitting there with Bishop at the table, right?
Yes, sir.
The young man come in front of you. Bishop questioned the young man for 30 minutes.
Oh, that was another.
That young man we
Yeah,
call the
right,
sister.
right,
but
right.
Bishop questioned that young man for about 30 minutes. He told Bishop he want a wife. Bishop start questioning him. Bishop asked him about jobs, about
Living situation.
Bishop asked him a bunch of questions because Bishop wanted to know, okay, if you want a wife, there's certain qualifications you got to be. When Bishop found out he got all the qualifications,
He got all the boxes checked.
Everything checked, yeah.
Or everything checked, okay.
We were talking about the money that people made in New York.
Yeah.
This dude makes money like that.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Wow.
Bishop questioned
He
everything.
got the potential to
Yes.
go beyond that.
So after Bishop questioned this young man, Bishop said, okay, this young man is a good young man. He's got his head and shoulder. He can be a good husband for his sister. Here come this, and this young man, I'm not going to put him out, but this young man was never been with a woman before. So he's a good young man. So here come the sister. Nah, he's not my type. Now imagine.
Without even saying a word to the brother.
Imagine Bishop questioned this brother. Bishop questioned this brother. Bishop said, "Hey, listen. That's go back to they love you, but they don't trust you. A lot of you look at us as a butcher niggas. Damn,
it's true.
That's a fact. I don't care what you say.
But even to that point,
yeah. That's how you guys looking at us.
Because you know what? It just goes to show that you don't value what leadership says.
No,
so
they
leadership is suggesting someone.
So the man that you were with before, who did you value to say I'm going to deal with that knuckle?
Yeah, he's doing burnout somewhere else.
He's doing
Your homegirl who he burning out on.
But my point is to not even say, okay, let me talk to him and see where his mind is. Let me talk to him and see what his goals are, where he want to be in the true five. Let me not even have a little discourse. Can I talk to him right now and maybe feel it out? They won't even say that. They'll just say, no, it's not my type. Like, how the hell?
If I were those being those brothers, I would thank God that he caused me. I'm glad that it happened that way because I don't want to deal with that madness.
Yeah.
Send me somebody with some damn sense.
But you know
what
the opposite,
dodge the bullet.
You know the
That's how I
opposite
look
side
at
of that is, Deacon? The ones who you give the same counsel to, and they see the red flags themselves, and then they want to ignore the red flags that they see themselves and keep going down that. Like, bro, that's just as bad.
They actually want the same man that ran through them in the world and left them.
Yeah.
That's their type.
That's their type.
That's their type.
So the brother who comes in here who feigns himself a just man,
right?
But he's a whoremonger. She gonna say, "Oh, I want him," because that spirit obviously is still in her, and it's gonna join to that one. That's who. So a brother who's doing well in righteousness,
be glad. Be glad that
she's
bullet
looking at
went
him
that way.
She's looking at him like, that's not my type.
Because she don't want that. She don't want that spirit.
She still got that Fuki mama.
She don't want
in
that
her.
spirit.
She
She
still
wants to
got the
keep that.
funky.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But
Excuse me, the funke.
Fuke mama.
Yeah.
But
Congratulations.
It's basically a lot of sisters are riding the wave. Like they're just here, just like it's social.
Yeah.
It's social
Good point.
because
That is it.
yeah, it's just a social thing. Because at the end of the
They're
day,
watching
if,
us and watching TV at the same time.
yeah, if Bishop is the one, and all you gentlemen are speaking the same thing that the Bible is speaking, this is your leadership. Then why wouldn't you? Like, what's the point of you being here on Saturdays doing anything if you're not going to take the counsel, if you're not going to listen to your leadership? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like you said, she didn't even give the gentleman a conversation. That's crazy. But you sitting here watching classes. Are you really watching classes? Are you really paying attention? So yeah.
I look at it even further than that. That was God having mercy on him.
On him, yeah.
To allow him not to get caught up in such
Exactly.
foolishness.
Exactly.
You know.
Oh, please.
Right.
All
That's right.
Cap.
All praises for another show. Give the Lord a round of applause. All praises.
Shout out to the Most High God.
Hold on. What you got?
Everything I got today is Atlanta base. Well, no, I do have it on. It was just so I could show you guys this one. Right. So this is Sister Zakira, and everything is super reasonable. We always talk about how Israel is overpriced, and they do the most sometimes. Damn. So super reasonable. Sister Zakira, she's brand new with her business, Zakira Boutiques. So this is her. And we all know Sister Alyssa, so we all have this. And this is, I do apologize, is Officer Nitchamaya's daughter. That's awesome. It smells amazing.
What is that supposed to be?
It's body scrub, banana body scrub.
Banana body
What?
scrub?
Banana. She
Who the
has
hell-
different, don't be like that. I like
Come on
bananas.
now, dog.
You don't like bananas?
I like bananas.
I like bananas. You don't like
She
bananas?
said, "Don't be like that. I like bananas."
She didn't even let me talk.
Smell like a bowl of
apologize.
oatmeal.
I apologize, sir.
I hear banana body scrub, and I just see you smashing bananas on this.
I don't know.
You're
But
funny, man.
what's the most impressive about this is a young sister. So that's why I'm so impressed about this. Like she's still in her teens.
She's like,
and
what,
she out there-
14?
Yeah.
she's like 14,
how old is
15?
she, sir? Right, 16. She got a vision. It's beautifully packaged. It smells good.
What does body scrub do?
Scratch this dirt off.
It exfoliates the skin. It exfoliates the skin, gets rid of dead skin, and it smooths it out.
Are you gonna give the people the name of it, or you just gonna leave it
That's
there?
my issue. I do apologize. She didn't tell me the name of it, but she's
Let me
here
see
on
that.
Saturdays. There you go.
The
She's
name is
here.
not in the bottle.
It just says banana and what it is. I
Why
apologize.
she didn't put the name in the bottle? They're not supposed to be
We
in the bottle.
working on it. She knew, sir.
No, that's the name right there, isn't it?
It said banana.
Miel Dulces.
I couldn't read that. I don't have my glasses.
I don't think
Cal
that
got
said
an extra
banana.
pair over here.
Nah, I got my new eyes. I can see.
Oh yeah, Sarai got the laser beam eyes.
I'm an
man.
X-Man.
And my headscarf. Now, I actually have a dress to match it. The sister is here. She's Sister Kana, the Levi sister who makes stuff. She actually made me a caftan dress too. She didn't want me to shout her out, but that's where my headscarf comes from.
But you did
And I
it
have a-
anyway.
What's the
Right,
name of
'cause
her-
it's
what's
beautiful.
the name of her business?
She hasn't started the business officially, but she does a lot of stuff in the body, and she's amazing. So I just couldn't pass it up, and I kind of matched my earrings around.
You gotta dance with it.
You know what I want to know?
You gotta
bruh?
dance with it.
Who told these sisters to come up here and advertise all this?
Deacon?
Deacon.
Like you gonna wear the stuff and not even
But
shout
guess
them
what?
out?
But guess what?
They took it too
Oh,
far.
you did
They
do that.
never
Okay.
come. They never come prepared.
Never.
Oh, yeah.
They be like, I got banana scrubs.
It's a
She
sister.
got
know
banana
what the name
skull.
of
She
it
don't know
is.
where it come from.
It's a sister in the truth. I saw her a couple times.
She be here Saturday. Come through.
Like, Cap,
Pull up.
Cap, you got the water bottle with no paper on it, so you don't know where it comes
That's
from.
what I'm saying. That's what
It's
I'm saying.
water.
Look at your package.
It's just
Look.
water.
Your
It's
sisters
sparkling.
are the worst. The worst.
You gotta get it together, man.
All praises.
What you call them? Advertisers?
Yes.
You're the worst.
Marketers.
right.
Marketers.
You're the worst marketers, man.
I was on time.
got time for that.
Don't look at the back.
You're the worst marketers.
Pay no attention to the.
That sound effect, man. That thing is funny.
All right. All praise to the Most High. We have a school. We have a school at 691 Highway 138 in Riverdale, Georgia. That's right, Riverdale. That's right.
Can I clear something up real quick?
right.
Because we get accused for being Riverdale, but people don't understand that in the Atlanta area,
Yeah.
the
Bring it
suburbs of Atlanta or Decatur, your Riverdale, they're all considered Atlanta.
Yes, it's called Metro.
Metro Atlanta.
Atlanta.
So
Atlanta.
even though we're in
Metro.
Riverdale, we're
I
in
passed
Metro
by a sign
Atlanta.
that said "Welcome to Riverdale."
That's right there on
You know what the hell you're
138.
talking about? You know what the hell you're talking about? Metro Atlanta.
We're in
I'll tell you.
If the MARTA bus comes out here, you're in Atlanta.
Hey, Deacon cut deep today, bro.
Right.
He just
He
swinging
talking
that
about-
sword today.
He got on
like,
your
I might not
G.I.
be back.
And I agree with you talking about Metro Atlanta. I saw the sign say Riverdale. You know what the hell you're talking about? Metro
MARTA,
Atlanta.
the bus station stands for Metro Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority.
We
So
don't know what the hell you're talking about.
the bus system, if it goes to that city, it's a part of
Atlanta.
Metro Atlanta.
Bro, Deacon is just there. He didn't look at them bus.
I don't
The
care.
sign said welcome
Police
to
cars
Riverdale.
said Riverdale. The
Yes.
police cars said, so that tells you where you're at.
Yes, sir. And I'm
Let it go.
gonna lean back.
Just let it go.
Yeah, just lean back.
You know
man.
you're
Let
already
it
a
go.
spilling.
Let it go. Let it go. If you want to send donations to the Booster Club to help the profits go to the four corners of the earth, IUIC.fundraising at
love y'all.
IsraelUnited.org.
all day.
You want to help the prophets get out of Riverdale.
Get out of Riverdale.
IUIC.fundraising at IsraelUnited.org. If you want to send donations to Page States Radio to help us get some better mics, equipment, and replace the tech team.
Headphone cords.
IUIC.Atlanta. Huh?
Come on now, dog.
Huh?
I just need a longer headphone.
Also, I just said what I was thinking. It said it out loud.
Yeah, it wasn't
I didn't mean to say it out loud. I was just thinking it. IUIC.Atlanta at IsraelUnite.org. We have classes 3 times a day, 7 days a week for free. So come on down and phone. Okay. Phone number, 678-379-3880.
We want to thank Officer Kid. We want to thank Officer Kid, and I have no idea why, but we want to thank him because he screwed everything up yesterday. I have no idea why I'm thanking Officer Kid.
Everybody in
right
the
now.
comments is saying River Snail. So thanks.
We've-
Thanks.
Really?
Officer
Thanks,
Kidan,
Kidan.
Officer
They
Nichomai.
all haters.
I have no idea why I'm taking Officer Nichomai either. New Year, yes, I understand why I'm taking New Year. He built.
Is this his first day on the job?
Day one.
Day one.
Day one?
Hey, they replacing the tech team slowly but
Hey,
surely.
You don't put nobody name up there on day one. He's still in probation.
Train.
Zedinaya, yep. Zakar, the funny man.
Yep.
Well, Adino, I have no idea why I'm taking Adino either. Adino was one of
Adina
the
is the only
messed
one.
up.
He don't trust none of y'all. He got the joint, the mask up to his eyeballs.
Right, like
The only one is
I don't trust none of y'all. I want my eyes
And
protected too.
Soldier Isaac. Wait, Soldier Isaac. Oh, dang. I didn't even.
It's day 2 for him.
Staff.
Sister Yohaven.
Yohaven, Sister Basia, Household, Soldier Yosef.
All praises.
Thank you. What else we got? Oh, we want to give shout out to
I want to give
the brothers
thanks.
in Guyana.
Right. I want to
Sisters
give
in Guyana, especially Sister Ruth in Guyana.
Right.
Thank you. Of course, Deacon. It's always an honor, sir.
Well,
always
it's
an honor.
you know, I was thanking the Most High that He brought you all back safely. You, Bishop, and all the brothers that went to do that wonderful work. We just continue to ask you, brothers and sisters, to continue to send the prayers up for us because we have a big fight ahead of us, and it's good to be reunited with the brothers, the sisters, everybody. So everywhere that I travel and I get a chance to sit among y'all and converse with y'all and go over things, that really illuminates my spirit. You know,
We can tell how you cut everybody today.
Huh? No. That's love, man.
Gotta get you back in shape.
You got on the G.I. Joe.
Captain Amaziah, Captain Barnabas, Captain Erie. Keep them in your prayers, Sister Iona. Keep her in your prayers. Keep their families in your prayers. down the road. Who else we got? Officer Solomon. That's one of our guests. I have no idea what the hell happened with Johan. What's wrong with that guy?
Oh yeah. Also, I want to give a shout out to the brothers on the West Coast and in IUIC Phoenix.
Oh yeah. You was over there, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
So great things are happening.
All praises.
Over on the West Coast. Got a lot of things that's about to really hit the circuit.
Okay.
So our enemies are going to become even madder because things are really getting ready to get turned up. Just wanted to make mention of the IUIC Phoenix show, the Power Hour. I mentioned that because a lot of great, what I call the milestone, another milestone in Israel getting ready to drop.
Okay.
Because of that avenue to bring that information out to our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters.
Praises to the Most High.
Most High is definitely doing work in this.
Deacon, what is the name of your radio show again?
Oh, the Bible Book of Our Fathers.
The Bible Book of Our Fathers.
Fridays
at
6
p.m.
6
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir.
Deacon Aiton is coming today. That's on the history.
Yeah,
our hidden
history.
history.
Right.
Deacon Malakaya is coming today.
Raven and
Wolf. Who else we got today coming?
Then we have in Florida. What is that? Florida Lions Den.
Lions Den
coming up later on.
Yes.
So help us some more time, man.
Got a hell of a lineup.
We gotta listen. Compared to where we was.
Oh yes. That's vision.
Where you are today.
And I was thinking the same thing. That's vision, man.
vision.
It started
That's
with
the
one.
vision,
That's
Now
how we do.
That's that vision.
That's how we do.
now you got a whole
vision,
TV
man.
radio, a TV station.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
A
that's
whole
that
TV.
And it ain't gonna stop.
It ain't gonna stop. It only
So-
it's only gonna get
So Hitler vocab.
That's why I'm here.
He ain't gonna stop
Yeah,
nothing.
He ain't gonna stop nothing.
Right.
Your white mouth.
There you go, right there. That's right. Now I like that.
Hey, Deacon, can I say one thing before we close out? It's a lot of comments that's saying we need a school here, we need a school there. Get started.
Put the work in.
Get to work.
Start printing out them flyers.
Start printing them flyers.
We got started.
Let
back
somebody
at the
break your
beginning.
toilet.
Right.
Stephanus was
Exactly.
was the first priest of
That's how we got started. So
Get
there you go.
started.
Yeah, it's always just at somebody's house.
Don't show up when the food is made.
Right.
Yeah.
All praises.
We started with Mook B,
Show
now
up.
we got green screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Show up and help cook the food.
Right. All praises to the
That's
Most
it.
High.
That's it,
Yes,
Cap.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
Israel, we love you. Thank you. We see you next week, Lord willing.
Lord
Then
willing.
we say shalom.
Shalom,
Most High, Christ bless.
That was fun.
Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.